Okay, so you'd arrived back in Bryn Shander and you'd handed the severed head of Sefik Caltro in. Do you want to... And Earl has just disconnected randomly.
Good.
Do you want to speak to the sheriff regarding that? He's very grateful. You got the bastard then.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So did you have much trouble proving his guilt?
We didn't really ask him.
He confessed. He was very talkative about how he murdered people and that he was working for Oriel.
Bloody Oriel. Everybody's waiting for Oriel nowadays.
He could teleport about and make blades come out of his hands.
Bastard.
Yeah, and they bloody hurt.
He was a masterpiece.
Well, you have done a great service for the town. If I get any more work, I will send it your way or get any more information. What are you doing with Sanar, by the way? Were you leaving it in Lonelywood or is he with you?
He's with us. He's with us.
He's with us. Right, okay. Do we get a character sheet for him?
I suppose I wouldn't ask him if he fancies a bit of adventure.
Well, he's working for you now, so absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm not going to force him. So you've been stuck inside that bloody coffin for like God knows how many years. Do you fancy a bit of adventure, a bit of fighting,
Stretch your legs.
Yeah, well, it's certainly nice to wander around somewhat and see the world.
My old clothes, and we're going to have to get him a sort of a long floppy felt hat type thing and a face mask of some sort.
Yes.
Big scarf, big floppy hat, Tom Baker, Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that, Davey. He's my favourite Doctor Who.
Because he was the best.
He is indeed the best.
We'll just get him a hooded cloak, and then, like, if anybody says anything, just say, "Oh, he hasn't been well."
I think it might be the plague. See, everyone step back from. Yeah, we'll get him. Like, how much is a hooded cloak?
It will be in the items menu. I would imagine just get cloak from not in the place Hamburg, bizarrely. 3 GP. £2 for a cloak.
I'll buy him a cloak. I assume it's hooded and quite nice.
Very much so.
And I'll chip in towards a mask and a scarf or something for him.
Well, that dealt with. And he'd come back with news of a lake monster over in Bremen. You have several leads. What would you like to pursue? You also have the Twinger to take to Danik in Bryn Shander.
Yeah, I think we'll go to Danica in Bryn Shander, but we're going to keep an eye on we're going to talk to her rather than just handing the Twinger over, because I think we're a bit protective of our Twinger friends.
Yeah.
And can you push the map again, please?
I'm going to call him Wee Yin.
Wee Yin.
Wee Yin.
Wee Yin.
Wee Yin.
Is he a free man, is he?
He's a wee free man.
We'll go and see Danica.
You head off to Danica in Bryn Shander. She's waiting for you at the North Look. As you walk in, old Bitey is singing songs and jeering at the patrons as they walk in. And
to buy that.
She's waiting. Buy it in air brackets. We have to buy that.
Yeah, I did buy Thieves Tales, so everyone distract them. I'm going to put it on my arm.
So you send for her, presumably. Danica.
Yeah.
Comes down. The Twinger obviously is quite shy, so it hides mostly in Dave's beard when it's not laughing and carrying on and dancing about and raking in your backpack.
Miss Greystale, we have brought a Twinger back, but we are concerned what the tests will do to it since we have befriended it rather than captured it.
He says, that's magnificent. They're probably quite shy if you wanted to come back to a private room to introduce us.
Well, it's hiding in Ben's beard, so it's probably best that he does that.
That's excellent. I assure you, I mean it no harm. The Arcane Brotherhood intends to study it without causing it any harm.
Aye, well, we're probably just going to come along, just for moral support, so to speak.
Yeah, just to calm down. Have you heard of anything else that's going on in the area these days? Worth fishing?
It always is worth fishing. Your complete quest. You're doing quite well, aren't you, on the old completed quest chart? You are. I'm not sure that you've got most of the rumours in part 1. Let's have a look. Shall we see? Well, recently I heard...
yeah, we've already found that.
Yeah, you've already found that one. That fishermen in Bremen have been terrorised by a monster that lives in Mare Muldoon.
Oh, we're heading there soon.
But none of the other towns have been harangued by it.
Oh yeah, we'd heard of that. Well, that's where we're heading soon.
Yeah, so there's that's the talk of the town, quite frankly.
Right, well, we'll follow her up to our room.
Okay, you all pile into her room. She sits quietly, and after a few minutes, sort of, your Twinger pokes his little head out of the beard, just the top of his head, and looks nervously about.
Ben, introduce our friend to our other friend.
Hello, Daniel. This is Wei Yin.
Wei Yin, and she says, "Hello, Wei Yin. I'm pleased to meet you." And he cocks his head at a strange angle. And she reaches her hand out, but then he darts back into your beard for a few seconds or so.
I'll hand her my focus crystal and say he likes to play with that.
She says, well, from what I understand about Twingers, each Twinger has a fascination, and the way to get to know them is once you can figure out what their fascination is and interact with them in that way, then you can perhaps earn their trust.
Ben, what did you do to get his fascination? Do you remember?
Pretend to eat stuff.
Oh, mimicry. He likes mimicry.
Ah, mimicry.
I'll turn around and say, go on then.
So she sits down and then she holds a hand out as if it's a plate, and then she pretends to pick up a cupcake and then holds it to her mouth and begins to eat. At this, the little Twinger pops his head out of the bushy beard of Ben, and she continues to do this. He hops down onto your knee, Dave, and sits cross-legged, and then begins to copy her, like eating a little tea cake, and then they both mime having a little tea party, pouring out the cup of tea and stuff. And after
Pinky's out.
Yeah, Pinky's out, and Mrs. Muldoon. And then after several minutes of this, the little Twinger hops onto her knee and seems quite happy to continue to play with her. She says, "Wonderful little creatures."
Oh, you're a sweet little guy.
She says, I promise you that no harm will come to them. We'll just try and study how they're managing to survive in this area. There are several other members of the Arcane Brotherhood in the area. I've lost contact with them temporarily, but I think one of them said he was heading over to East Haven, but I haven't had a chance to get over there.
Rich, can I try and speak to the...
You can. You reach out with your mind and attempt to open a channel to it, but it's like it's speaking incredibly fast, so you can't really understand it. You get a gist of the general idea of what it's talking about, but it's almost as if it's talking at like 50 times speed, so you can get across general ideas backwards and forth. This one is making he seems to be happy. He's making little happy noises in your head, and he seems quite surprised that you're able to talk to him like that.
You should just talk like my character from RuneQuest. He probably understands you. Already.
Yeah, very much so. You get the impression that he seems to be happy to hang about with Danica for a while.
Danica, how long will this take?
I have no idea.
Days, hours, weeks?
Possibly weeks. We've never had.
Would it comprehend languages well that they could communicate?
Maybe. We might have to use a form of contact elementals because they're not technically creatures as such.
I'll turn around to Ben and whisper to him, "Are you all right? We're leaving him here for a little bit."
Of course, there's with a little ear down his...
I'll pat him on the back.
Oh,
good man. We'll be back for our friend, and when you're done with him, just leave a message at the bar.
Of course.
I believe there was payment.
Yes. By all means, you can hang on to the lantern. And in addition, I've got some of 25 gold pieces, which I have handy here for you somewhere. She rakes through our suitcase, pulling out knickers and other undergarments, and finally pulls out a bag, which jingles pleasantly and tips out 25 gold pieces.
Thank you.
As a part.
Well, chaps, we'll bid our Twinger friend adieu, and then we have to decide where we're going. I mean, I was thinking we can either go to Targos, then Bremen, or we can go to East Haven and the two Cares. Does anyone have any preference?
Right, as you go to walk out the room, the Twinger jumps down off her knee and runs up behind Bien and grabs hold of his trousers and tugs at them.
Oh.
And tugs at the bottom of your trousers, Dave.
How about if when you need to talk or that, or you could stay with us?
Well, we'll will take some time, to be honest. But I promise that no harm will come from him.
It's just, I don't know if he'd be... I'm going to use persuasion here.
Right, but when you turn round, he reaches inside his little costume of pine needles and pulls out a small mouse skull and holds it up to you in his hand.
Oh, bless him.
I pick it up.
Right, he's bestowed upon you a Chwinga charm that allows you to cast this spell once you attune to it.
Oh, so sweet. Pat his little head.
Can I telepathy Copper?
He's not there. He's at the he is at the church.
I was going to ask him to get a quizzle running.
Oh, Corin, you mean? I thought he said Copper Knocker.
I mean, Corin.
Right, sorry, what am I buying that to do?
Certainly have a look at her shoes. If you have the tracker, like runner, be able to track it.
Certainly, will do.
I get a feeling you don't trust me, Dave.
This is where we end up somewhere else killing people for a Chwinga. We're here to rescue a small thing.
Can I just ask Lady Greysteel, I'll say graciously, by chance, do you possess the spell Knock?
She probably does. Most of the NPCs do. I'll just check for you. If I can find Danica. Come here, Danica. Reference manual. Danica. Do I have stats for Danica Greysteel? I have an NPC. She can cast... no, that is not in her spellbook, sadly.
Ooh. I couldn't go through the polishing of plates again. That was really traumatic.
Well, they're polished now.
Aye, they're so shiny. You could eat your dinner off them.
So
yeah, she's only an apprentice in the Arcane Brotherhood, so she hasn't progressed far enough to get second level spells yet.
All right. Just to know who more than likely would in Bryn Shander, if there's anyone in Bryn Shander that would possess that spell.
Yeah, without a doubt. There are several casters in Bryn Shander, and you will most certainly be able to get your hands upon it.
Right, okay. You wouldn't happen to know by chance what the going cost of being able to copy a spell from one of those individuals into my spell book?
A second level spell, it would probably be 50 gold for a second level spell equivalent in Bryn Shander.
Okie doke, I'll make a note of that, so I'll get that when I come back.
Yeah. Do you not get them when you level up automatically, or is that?
Yeah, but as a wizard, you can also nick other people's stuff.
Nick other people's spells. Nice.
And copy off scrolls and all sorts and put them into my spellbook.
Cool. So
Nice.
yes, Dave, I'll split the money, but yes, Dave, there's the Chwinga charm, which has been handed to you.
Head to the pub, identify the charm, and then work out where we're going next.
Can do.
Right, on the way out, I want to hang back a little bit so I'm last out the door.
Right.
I just want to turn to her and just say to her, my Lady Greysteel, if anything untoward should happen to our little friend, I will personally feed you every single one of those 25 gold pieces.
She looks shocked. Make an intimidate check.
I'm not intimidating. I'm just stating the fact.
Intimidation, no.
Or performance.
I'm pretty good at it being a hobbit.
You are quite intimidating. She looks...
As I draw myself up to my full height of nearly 4 foot.
Wow.
Nature spirits.
Right,
And I will help, Andy.
It's the fact that she's standing right behind him.
Yeah. Andy's hung back, so like he's standing there, drawing himself to his full height. What he doesn't realise is Aisha is lurking in the doorway. So you can roll again, Andy, because you got advantage. Because there's a 7-foot Goliath lurking like just in sight in the doorway behind you.
Just nodding quietly.
Yeah. So yes, that is quite intimidating, and you're quite proud of the fact. And when you turn round, Aisha's already like slunk off, but she does look terrified, and you're quite proud of the fact that you've put the willies up her.
Well done.
Jolly good.
No one messes with our Chwinga.
So nature spirits technically completed. Ooh, 2 quests into part 2 already. Nice.
Right.
Right. Yes, you were heading to the church to. What are you doing with that? The Mechanis Solaris? Were you going to keep that and put it on a shelf in the pub or something scary?
I don't know what to do with it. I think it'll be safer in the church, because if we go adventuring, we could end up getting killed, and it might be really important. So I figure we should leave it at the church. But I'll give it to Lantesh to hand into the church, since she's, big on that.
Can I just check? are we giving or lending?
For safe, it's in their safekeeping.
And it is a
Right.
very Morning Lordy type of item. The other thing is, Earl, if they keep it with you, it takes up one of your attunement slots for magical items. You
Not so worried
attuned-
about that.
Right, so you head back to the church, and we briefly skipped over it last session where you told Cobberknocker that his mate was dead, and he rolled a tear. But you want to speak to the
Lady Mishan.
Lady Mishan.
Lady Mishan, we are going to be leaving on further missions soon, and I wondered if we could leave this into your safekeeping, and I'll motion to Lantesh since she's holding it.
My character shuffles forward, tiny little footsteps, and proudly holds out the item, looking glad to be rid of it.
So you hand it to Lantesh, she gingerly takes it off you, then winces as if she's expecting it to explode again.
Oh, kill her.
And in the meantime, Corin's lower lip is wobbling a bit. I'll never be warm again.
She says this is a magnificent gift that you present to the church. It'll go on the main altar in pride of place for memory of Paul McCready.
I'll put my hand across my chest and sort of bow towards her.
You get the sight of Copper in his teddy bear onesie, sobbing and bending over. Quite possibly the saddest you've ever seen a gnome in a teddy bear onesie, muttering how it was his friend and he didn't mean it. But Lantesh knows that gnomes are always bickering and squabbling over things like that.
I don't believe we will need it, but if it's somehow involved in the defeat of Aura, we may need to return and use it for its purpose.
I understand. And of course,
himself was involved in this.
You're welcome here at any time in the House of the Morning Lord.
I'll bow deeply and say thank you. Right.
So Lantesh, like I said, you know that the gnomes they're often squabble over inventions and seemingly fall out sometimes for years, but they don't really mean it. And Copper's sort of sobbing quietly to himself in the corner, wiping his snotty nose on the sleeve of his teddy bear onesie.
I'll walk over and I'll pull out a handkerchief and, my only handkerchief, and I'll give him it and say, "Don't worry. He's safe now. He's where he wants to be. He was happy to go to the life thereafter."
He sniffs and he says, "Thank you. It's a great comfort knowing that you were with him at the end."
I'll turn around and say, "Actually, it was past the end."
Shut up, you.
Wow. Okay.
I'll turn around and I'll glare at Sanwin.
Sorry, I'll say it in a very posh English accent. I'm terribly sorry.
Just a small myth. What's happened to Sana at the moment, or Bob, as Brucey's been calling them?
Bob, he's standing outside of the temple and not walking into a temple. Who doesn't like undead?
I was going to say the Morning Lord.
Would he explode?
Why don't you push him inside and find out?
No.
Right, so please wait outside, Bob. Bob shrugs, looks interestedly about. The Mechanis Flores is placed on the high altar and in a position of reverence, and Lantesh gets a holy symbol, is ordained into the church. You have a small circle drawn on your forehead in holy water, and welcome to the worship of the Morning Lord. May he come back to Icewind Dale soon.
I know he will. It's our mission to return him back to Icewind Dale.
It's true. So, all of those jobs completed. You now have free. Wonder about Bryn Shander. It's the morning because you've spent 2 days here. So you're up and fresh and ready to go. But where do you wish to go? That is the question.
Well, chaps, I can see 2 places, but if anyone else has anything else, throw them at me. Well, actually, 3 choices. 1, we go to Targus and then Bremen. 2, we go to Easthoven and then up the Cares. Or 3, we go down to Duggan's Hole, south, and all the way into those mountains. That's probably a bit much, though. So the first 2 are probably more likely. But if anyone has any other ideas, let's go for them. Look at them as well.
Andy, you would suggest, because of your survival, your Arctic survival, that to travel south to the mountains to where... Well, Dave, have you mentioned this to these people yet or not?
Yeah.
You have. You mentioned that you're hearing noises in your head.
Yeah.
And he looks a bit wild-eyed and like he doesn't sleep very well. But it's apparently about every 12 hours or so. So, Andy, you were probably going to need some kind of transport, maybe a dog sled or some mounts to travel that far. You could certainly do it on foot, but it would take several weeks possibly of travel.
Aye.
Because it's in the mountains. It's not. You could head back down the 10 trail and then maybe head through the woods and cut out some of the mountains, but you're still going to be going through the foothills of the mountains.
In that case, I think it's Targos or Bremen or East Haven, and then north. Depends what people want to do. I mean, my character is completely easy, as am I.
Dave, did you knock the 10 gold pieces off for casting your familiar?
Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest is Targos, then Bremen, because it's closer.
That's where we're going.
That's the only reason.
We need to fish for clues, look for things to do, and make some more money. So let's see what we can do. Since we're basically going around righting wrongs, let's go to Targos and right a few wrongs there. Any objections, or shall we get going?
You have loads of money.
We haven't got axe beak money yet, though. We need axe beak money, and then we need money to invest in our retirement fund.
Yeah.
We have plans. We're going to retire and run an inn, because adventurers never do that.
No, the John.
Heard of.
Me mum started it off.
Completely unheard of. Salmon actually has not a lot of money. So.
I keep spending it. Right, Targos then first.
Very good.
We'll quickly check in with the guard captain before we leave and ask if there's anything he needs doing, especially up in Targos Bremen way.
Nothing so far. Just keep your ears out if I come across anything. We'll have to try and find some way of contacting you, I think.
Yeah, that would be useful actually. We should keep our eyes out for something. I'll also give him a full... anytime we hit back into Bryn Shander, I'll report everything that's going on to him. I'll leave out little things like we have a friendly zombie, friendly mum that could cause problems, but anything like, kobolds up at Tourmaline and that sort of thing, I'll let him know that they've all been sorted. So he can cut the rumours out. Plus he'll mention it to the guards, and then the rumours will get around Bryn Shander and rep us up.
Indeed. I don't think you have any other outstanding questy bits here. You don't.
No,
Everything has been complete.
Targos it is then.
Targos it is. So straight up the road, quite a short hike, 3 miles or so.
See what we'll learn about.
Straight along the road. That will only take you 2 hours to hike into Targos.
No.
Yeah, quite close indeed. Targos in a nutshell. Let's have a look at the Targos map there, gentlemen. Targos is famous for its big walls and its large bay with many fishermen in that generally fish on Mare Muldoon. Unfortunately, all of the ice close by has frozen solid, trapping all of the boats.
We'll head to what's Triglio? There's Bobo.
Triglio is the general store.
Oh, we'll head to the general store first.
So you've got Triglio, the Three Flags Sailing is a well-known tap house on the seafront. Well, the fishers come for a bowl of stew and a quick pint.
There are guards at the gate.
Yes, there are guards at the gate.
I walk up to one of the guards and say, "Hail, fine sir. I wonder, where would the best place to go for somewhere to sup a pint and get something to eat?"
Okay, the guardsman says, you probably want to go to the Luskan Arms Inn. There is the Three Flags, but that's generally where just the fishermen go for a pint after a long day at work. Not much fishing going on now, though, other than people walking out onto the ice and cutting holes in it.
Anything been going on in town recently? Well, apart from, and I'll point at the snow.
Other than the cold and the wet. Not really. It's been fairly quiet, actually, considering.
Do you have a town notice board anywhere?
We generally do. He says, but I will consult my... there's almost as many services in town as there is in Bryn Shander. It's not quite as comfortable, though. You don't have quite as many feature comforts like warm baths and hot food.
This place looks more secure, though, with the walls and that. It would give me a sense of security.
He says... We weren't even breached when that crystal tower thing brought all of those demons down. They couldn't get through all the walls. It's a story from many a year ago. There were a tower called Kryn Shinaban, and it summoned a load of demons from the abyss. And this dwarf from up north, Bruner, and his drow companion. They fought them off, but there was mass death and destruction. But Targos walls were not breached, even by the hordes of the abyss, and proud of it we are.
Well, you should be. Right, we'll head in and head to the Luskan Arms. Get our pint on. We'll stay in town for a couple of hours, and then we might try. Can you work out, Toscobble? Can you work out how long it'll take to get to Bremen? And I'll ask about to see if there's a crossing. Although the river's probably frozen solid, so
about an hour and 3/4. So you got time to have a look around Targos.
Right.
Yeah, the river is frozen completely solid. It's only the center of the lakes that are running. So as you start walking towards the Luskan Arms, Salmon, you're a half elf, aren't you? Everybody else is all sorts of weird races. Right, you're suddenly struck hard in the side and go tumbling down to the floor. The rest of you, Sandman's just walking alongside, just chatting. And then this blur leaps out of an alleyway, bowls him over to the ground, turns around. It's some kind of, looks like a sled dog. It has its front paws down, goes and barks at you, Sandman. And then sort of does that thing where dogs jump forward and jump back.
In a happy way, well, a playful way, not an aggressive way.
Yes, it does seem to be playful.
I'll stand up and bend down and give him a stroke and say, "What's wrong, boy?"
He lets you strut him between the ears and lets out a pleasant whine, and then runs off down the street, and then stops and turns to look at you, and then jumps forward and then jumps back.
I think Johnny's fell down the well. Let's go, boys.
Yep.
I will follow the dog. Follow that dog.
Okay, so we're going to follow the dog, eh? One day I'm going to have an intelligent dog who's going to lead you into a mine full of dynamite or something.
No, this is going to be another member of our party.
Oh dear, recruiting a dog now.
We can call him Scooby.
No!
Exactly, we need a mystery machine.
So you head to the very northwestern part of town into what looks to be a residential area rather than anything else. The dog runs forward and then stops and keeps woofing for you to come forward, and you follow him back to a small but well appointed town a small townhouse. The dog scratches at the door, and a handsome young man in his 30s opens the door, and the dog races inside. He shouts, "Boy, what the?" and looks at you, and he's got a big smile on his face, and then he sees you, and his smile fades. Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
No, don't thank us for bringing your dog home.
Well, I think he brought us to you. Is there something wrong?
Yes.
I'll sort of wrap my cloak round us because it's very cold.
This is Boy, and he goes, "Boy, come here," and the dog comes and runs round his feet, and he says, "My husband Garrett, he works as a guide. He loves the outdoors, and a few days ago he was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin Cairn, but this is Boy, his favourite sled dog. He never goes anywhere without him, and the fact that Boy's ran home doesn't bode well. I must be honest with you."
So when did he get back?
Boy,
yeah,
he's just come back. I think he thought you guys were the adventuring party that
when did
Garrett had gone with. 3 days ago. You do notice that Boy, now that you're looking at him, does look a little thin in the ribs.
We've got any meat still.
Yep, I've got plenty of rat, mate.
Feed him
Sorry,
some
I've got plenty of meat.
Feed him some mystery meat while I talk to Garrett's husband.
Aye, good plan.
He says a Boy was Garrett's favourite dog. He would never leave his side unless something terrible happened.
I think he could lead us back to him if we're because 3D old tracks in the snow are going to be hard to find. But if he knows where he came from and he looks the sort who might well be, if Garrett's a ranger of some sort and a guide, he could well be able to lead us back to him. Do you think?
Aye, it's he's up. He was hired by a party to go up Kelvin Cairn. They were looking for something. He looks at you, Aisha, and he says, there was a big one, looked a lot like you. I think he might have been of the same tribe or species or whatever. He says, I don't have a lot of money, but I'm a scrimshander by trade. I can give you some of my artwork that you could maybe sell as a reward.
I'll tell you what, give us a couple of hours and we need to have a quick pint and something to eat, and then we'll probably possibly see if we can get up to Tourmaline tonight. Well, depends on if Boy will come with us. Mr. Toscobble, can you work your arts on that lovely dog?
I'm not
I'm
quite
just
sure how to
thinking-
answer that, but I'll fight him.
Right, the dog wolfs it down, and Keegan says, I've got some dog food out the back because Garrett he's got one of those big cargo sleds with a bunch of dogs, so we always keep plenty of food in for them. He'll have gone via Caer Konig because there's a survival shop there. Sells mountain climbing gear and stuff, and Garrett knows the owner. He takes people there when they want to go up Kelvin's Climb. Not usually in this kind of weather, but yeah. You might want to ask there if you're passing Caer Konig. Obviously, it's quite a trail to Kelvin's Cairn. He says, "Boy, come here." The dog comes over and he holds the dog either side of his face and he looks into his eyes. He says, "Boy, go with these nice men and help them find Garrett." The dog wags his tail in the background.
Okay then, we're on it. I'll turn around and say, Corin, what's 3 days journey from here heading to Caer Konig, and there'll be with the whole party on dog sleds, do you know?
The whole party fit in Garrett's sled. He has the big cargo sled so they can take plenty of rations and carry 5 people, so they'll have all fit in the sled. And he knows the area really well, so he's the outdoorsy type, so he probably will have just cut across the snow rather than going round the roads. I'm not sure.
I don't suppose you know anywhere we could hire a sled.
There should be some in the stables around here.
Trouble is, by the time we hire sleds and dogs, I think we're probably just better off booking it, following the dog, maybe book it all the way down the east way quick, and then see if your wheelhouse, whatever you think is best.
Well, all I was thinking was if we could all pile in a sled and keep the dog on a long lead. But if you think we're better off hoofing it, we'll hoof it.
Well, the size of sled, you'd either need to hire 2 medium sleds, which is 4 dogs apiece, or one of the large cargo sleds, which has either 6 or 8 dogs to fit you all in.
I'll go to the stables.
Yes.
And I will ask kindly how much it would cost to hire a cargo sled with an 8-man team, because we're going to try and rescue Garrett, the local missing ranger.
He says, Garrett's missing. That's very sad. He's a good bloke, Garrett. It'd be a damn shame if anything happened to him.
That's right, but we need to move quickly.
And he says, but hang on, because I have to find how much it is to hire a sled, which is the thing what you're asking.
It is what I'm asking.
It's not expensive to hire a sled. You just put a brick under each runner.
Well, Aisha just grabs it and tips it. You can Aisha can drag a sled. He's big enough. I
don't mind.
Save on the dog.
Yeah, Goliaths actually count as large creatures when doing the dragon rules, which means you can actually drag a large sled. Obviously, only at Goliath speed.
So.
Just feed me, keep me pissed, I'll be happy.
I wonder if we can rent.
I was just about to say that.
Probably, but not. Rent per day. That is incredibly expensive. 20 GP a day for dogs or axe beaks.
Yeah, we can't afford it. I'll turn around and say.
Oh no, hang on. The 50 GP, so dogs would be actually a sixth of that. Like 3 GP a day per dog, or axe beaks are the same amount at the same price. They just do right.
I'll turn around and say, "What's your name, sir?"
What's my name?
Yeah.
I don't know. He says. Let the GM have a look at his.
Okay, Mr. Dunno.
Mr. Dunno, yeah. Lauren Spender.
Well,
has he got a sister called Sus?
I'll tug your cloak, Sanwan.
I'll turn around and say, "Excuse me, yeah."
Maybe you should try being a little more charming.
No, I'll get round to that if I have to be. I'll turn around and say, Lauren, this is the situation. Garrett's 3 days out. He's stranded, at least stranded. He needs some help quickly. We don't have a lot of money, but I can guarantee that no harm will come to your property. And the sheriff of Bryn Shander is a close personal friend to us who we've done a lot of work for in the past. We're in good standing with many of the organisations, including the Temple of Lathander. We aren't going to steal your property, I promise you that, and we will return it to you, but we need to go quickly because Garrett could be in deadly danger. Is there any way I can persuade you to maybe lower your price to whatever it costs you? and if we find anything of value, we'll give you a split of that in return. And I make a persuasion roll.
You can make a persuasion roll.
No, it didn't do it.
No, it did not. It's a pretty good persuasion roll. He says, well, Garrett's a pretty good bloke, and I wouldn't like to see anything happening to him. I'll hire you a large sled and 5 dogs, because I see you've got Boy with you there. Boy, yeah, comes over in pants. It's almost as if everybody knows Garrett and Boy around Toggles. And 5 dogs, and I'll do it for 15 GP total.
Done deal.
But you're going to have to feed the dogs yourself.
How much food will I need for 6 days? Maybe
6 dogs is going to eat in rations. 1
dogs for 8
ration,
days.
so 6 rations per day.
We'll get them, and how much will it cost?
That's just the price of a standard ration now. I've based everything roughly on a standard ration. Andy does have some raw meat. So standard rations are like 5 SP, and you get...
That's 36 rations.
Well, I've got £4. I've got £4 of meat left.
I'll tell you what. I'll pay for all this, and then I'll take that cut out of anything we get from this. And if we get nothing, then I'll just be out of pocket. All right. So it'll be 15 for the dogs and the sled, and half of 36 is another 18. So it'll be 32 for the lot. That's 36 rations.
But for a maximum of a week. If you haven't found him by then, he's dead. He looks quite sad. He's like, but yeah, he's dead. And I have your word. That none of my dogs will be harmed and there'll be no damage to the sled.
If anything befalls it, we will repay it in our best possible way. I will do everything I can to defend the dogs and the sled.
I mean, I've heard of you. I mean, you helped the guys at Goodmead. It's well known that because of you lot, we've got beer to drink and mead. So I guess I can trust you.
Have we got time to quickly get a pint while you set the dog teams up and that?
Oh yeah.
We'll quickly head down to the Luskin Arms for a big pint.
Yes.
To eat. I'm skint now, so someone have to buy us a drink.
I'll buy you a drink.
Oh bless.
In fact, I'll get the round in.
Oh, let's have a look at page 2 of expenses. Ale a mug is 4 copper. Or mead, the honey mead was like a silver, we said, didn't we?
That's the honey mead. I don't drink anything else.
Or a pitcher of common wine is 2 silver.
I'd like wine, but no, I'm easy. We'll just have a pint of pie. And what's the Luskin Arms like?
The Luskin Arms is a fine establishment.
I'll put
it has not been burned down by demons. Sorry, Tracy, go ahead.
I'll put a gold piece on the bar, and I'll ask for a round in and pies all round as well.
Right.
And I've aside from the round, I've bought a maid for the bloke who sorted the dogs out.
Yeah, good lad.
An excellent idea.
Thank you.
Luskin was originally a thriving city, and the Luskin Arms is the only pub, the oldest pub in 10 towns, established back when Bryn Shander was still just a camp on the hill. As such, much of the decor is nearly 200 years old, reflecting Luskin as it was back in the years before the decline. It has sturdy walls, but the floorboards creak as you walk through them. I'm just going to ask for a normal perception check. Get yours all going.
Oh, look at Aisha go.
Look at Aisha go. Yeah, you can, Aisha, you realise, as does Ben, that the floorboards seem to have got some woodworm in them, and drafts blow up through the bottom.
Yeah, what's under the Luskin Arms?
Exactly.
The proprietor is Owen, who is a quiet, bald man. He's got black bags under his eyes, and he says, "Well, new folks there." As he takes your orders, I'll get what I can.
Sorry. Does the outline of the building, is it like one room, or is there other rooms, past a wall where there could be maybe another entrance under the floor? If we can't see any entrances, where we are now, if you know what I mean.
No, there's no entrance where you can see now. There's probably a cellar. Most inns have a cellar to store food in because fridges haven't been invented.
Okay.
Before it got really cold.
I was going to say, just took it outside now.
Yeah, you just hang it out of a window.
Hello, Owen. We're just having a quick drink and bite before we head out on a mission of mercy. I wonder if there's anything been going on in town recently. They don't seem to have an adventurers board or a notice board.
No, we haven't had any adventurers. You're them fellas that came in on the caravan, aren't you? The famous ones. Yeah, there's the odd one, but you're the only adventuring group we've had in the area. So I hope nothing happens to you.
plan on it. Can I pick? Can I use sleight of hand to roll a coin over my fingers?
Yeah, go for it. Slig at that hand. Yeah, you roll a coin across your fingers.
I just don't have thieves' cant, so I don't know where's the thieves guild thing for here. So I've got to just try to stick out a little. So anything been going on in town?
Not in town, but I think I'm going to give you a different one, as you have been asking a lot. Yeah, he says, at least it's not as bad as Caer Konig, where the place is beset by vandals and thieves that storm around and steal people's stuff. At least we have a good, honest militia here. He sighs a lot, you notice, Owen.
Thank you, my friend. Funny enough, that's kind of the direction we're headed.
He says, well, I'm sure I'll be here when you get back. Or not.
We'll
Who can
be back.
say?
I'm confident.
Is there anything else I can get you while I'm here? No?
Sorry, I was typing the clues thing. No, I think that's everything. That's everything. Thank you very much. I do hang around and nip to a few other places, but I think we need to get moving.
Can we just poke our head past the Three Flags sailing depot just to see if there's any information from their point of view?
Mm-hmm.
And is it worth calling by that your place or whatever it's called and say if they've got an insulated tent about the person?
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll hit the Three Flags sailing, see what's going on there. Head past the town hall, pick the dogs up, head to Shrillingo, pick the dogs up, and then away we go.
Okay.
So about half, we're going to do a whistle stop tour. Literally pint pie. And Corin, do you want to nip to Trigilo and drop off the beer for Corin?
Yes, I can do.
All right, and pick the dogs and that up. And then we at Trigilo for half an hour.
Not a problem. I shall hot hairy footed back up to wherever I can't remember where we're picking the dogs up from, and I shall very carefully carry his pint of maid with us.
The stables near the gate is where you are picking up the dogs from. Boy lives with the gentleman in the northeast corner.
Right, we'll head up to the Three Flags sailing, go in, have a pint of normal ale, and see what the place is like.
Right, it's a little run down, and it smells quite badly of fish. It's got a rusty sign with 3 flags hanging from a ship's mast. And as you come in, there's a plump, grey-haired woman behind the bar. She grins at it and she says, "Come on in, come to Ma's place."
Hey, Ma.
You can call me Ma.
We're just doing a whistle stop because we've got to head out soon. I wondered, is there anything going on in town? Have you heard anything about the sea monster around here? And we'll have a pint of ale each, please.
Aye, she says, the fishermen lads, the ones that taught the ones at Bremen before the place froze over, they're claiming that Mayor Muldoon's got some kind of sea monster in it, but that none of our lads have seen. Have you, lads? And they're all like, "No, Ma." And she says, "Can I not interest you in a bowl of our world famous Three Flags soup?"
Normally I would, but we have to leave quite soon. But when we come back, we will definitely be getting soup.
So right. Well, I hope to see you again, because like I always say, everybody's welcome at Ma's place.
Well, there's nothing like Ma's home cooking, is there?
Not at all.
I'll say that with a jaunty wink.
The secret is half a pint of honey made in every pot.
Have you been to the brewery? It's amazing.
I have not, sadly, but I've always wanted to go. Apparently, the bees are amazing.
Well, we didn't actually get into the brewery. We were too busy sorting out the shipments. But oh my god, that place is so warm, and it smells like inside of a honeymead barrel.
That must be delicious.
It does.
Delicious.
It kind of is. We'll finish our pint up. Ask her is there anything going on in town at the moment or not?
No, it's actually been quite quiet. We've had a peaceful 10-day for once.
What's the name of the speaker here?
The speaker, he is called Nath Maxdelaar, and he's got the suite over at the Luskin Arms.
Yeah. So there's not much happening in the town hall then? You hold court in the Luskin all the time?
He only goes to the town hall when he has to. The Luskin has quite a magnificent suite, as I hear it. I've never been able to afford to hire it, you understand. And he just seems to stay there all the time. I mean, you would, wouldn't you, when you're nice and warm?
I lean in and conspiratorially wink at her, as if when she says, "Oh, he can afford a lovely suite," I'll be like, as if I'm in the know. Thanks, Mark. It's been a pleasure. We'll bypass the town hall, head to...
Right. Well, hold on, because I haven't heard from the rest of the party for a while. Dave, Tracy, and Andy, are you doing anything? Tracy?
Yeah, I'm going back to take this pint of meat to the fella and collect the dog team and the sled.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
You do that?
I'll follow him.
Right, so between you and Dave, still pining for your little Twinger, Dave. Although
Bless him.
you do now have your snowy bat with its white fur and red eyes that lives in your beard. Used to head off and pick up the dog sleds. What about Tracy?
I will have a much around and see if there's any other rumours knocking about for jobs and stuff like that.
Oh, naughty. You can ask around in the Three Flags.
Yep.
10 times rumours. It may be rumours that you've heard before, sadly, at this point. Oh, no. Apparently they've caught an evil wizard in East Haven who killed some adventurers. And the town militia plans to burn him at the stake. And I hear the captain of the guard is looking for adventurers to help with another task that may or may not be related. Oh, aye. That evil wizard. He were a serial killer. He killed the townsfolk and they caught him red-handed. They did, literally. His hands in some woman's chest. Terrible it were.
Ooh, lucky her. Her other half hasn't got COVID.
just a mere sense of bitterness there.
Welcome to my world. It's funny that East Haven is also the place where someone that was a friend of Danica was, and a wizard as well. We might have to look into that soon.
Yeah, as well as Bremen, East Haven, Dugan's Hole's got missing kids or something, isn't it?
We'll do it all. We're going to do it all.
Don't forget the sea monster.
Yeah, we won't forget the seaman monster.
Right, so say you spent 2 hours, you've got 4 hours left in the day. If you wanted to travel to Bremen, you could do that in under an hour because you've got the sled. Or you could set out on the dog sled, your 6 dogs, including Boy.
I think the issue is I'd love to go to Bremen, but I think we'll probably lose Garrett if we don't chase now. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Andy wanted to see about tent.
Yes, they don't rent the tents out because they're such a valuable commodity, but they will sell them in the Triglio. So called, you can see because the sign above it has like musical notes above the words Triglio, and you head in, and the store's proprietor is a scarecrow-like fellow, and you notice his left hand is all mangled. He wears
was they stuck it in a brace?
You'd ask him, I guess. It's not rude at all. The only thing he doesn't sell are fish. He says, come in. The only thing we don't sell are fishing and sailing supplies, but everything else we can sell.
Well, that's good, because we ain't fishing or sailing.
He says, well, judging by the frozen lake, nobody's fishing or sailing.
What we're in the market for is an insulated tent.
An insulated tent? I can sell you one of those, he says.
Well, I'm happy to chip I'll be skinned, but hopefully these next few jobs will pay up, and the tent will be the thing. Will be an investment.
How much do you have, Jesse?
44.
Jesse?
67.
Gonna be short.
How much do you have?
59. We're gonna be short. No pun intended.
205 GP.
Just.
Oh, get in.
Right. I'll tip over 44 gold.
I'll tip over mine.
Right, hang on. Well, I'll tip mine over and all.
He hauls out this enormous 5-man tent that weighs 50 pounds. Who is going to carry it?
Guess it'll be me.
Everybody looks at Aisha.
The zombie? Bob? Bob can carry it. He's got nothing, no thing, isn't he? Is he coming with?
That is up to you. He will do whatever Aisha tells him. He will converse quite happily with the others, and you can ask him to do stuff, but basically he does what Aisha tells him, but the rest of you can ask him to do stuff, and he seems quite happy to do it so far.
Well, I'll say to Aisha, rather than encumber any of us further, because we're all carrying quite a bit, is there any chance that Bob could maybe carry the tent?
Well, I'll ask him, see if he can carry it okay. If he can, then fine.
Yeah, of course, that's not a problem. Bob is carrying an insulated shelter, and you all can get an effect when you camp, which is +10 to your cold rolls.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Right, so
Right,
much poorer, much poorer. Earl, have you been knocking the money off that you spent today?
Yeah, I'm down to next to nothing. I'm down to 2 gold pieces.
Holy shit, this party, I hope you got plenty of rations then.
We're fucking skint.
Yeah, you're going to be sleeping out in the snow, aren't you? We've got an internet shelter now, lads. We'll just go.
We'll all be batting our eyelids at Andy. Can you go and catch us something?
Right, well, you can hunt on the move with no penalty.
Yeah.
And
Right, that's a very good point. Are we going to follow the dog, or I think we're going to have to follow the dog, aren't we?
Well, you know that he's gone to Kelvin's Cairn, but he may have called it Caer Conig. So it depends where you want to head. So you're not going to Bremen now. You've changed your mind.
Yeah, okay, Conig. I would love to go to Bremen, but if we go to Bremen and then we've got to do an adventure and then we'll come back, we're going to lose a couple of days, and I don't think he's got a couple of days to lose.
So, dog sled, you can move 3 miles an hour on snow directly, or 5 miles an hour on snow. Which way do you want to go? You've used 4, 5. You've got 3 hours of daylight to use today.
Well, why don't we set off and use the roads where we can and go as fast as we can? But there again, if what I imagine the bloke out renting us this kit has done is put Boy on as the lead dog, he's going to go the shortest route.
You could potentially make it to Lonely Wood. However, the problem you've got is Bob. The sled dogs are not going to like Bob. You can try an animal handling roll, Andy, but you'll have to make that, I'd say, every day. You need a DC 15 animal handling. Otherwise, the dog's going to have nothing to do with Bob.
Oh, this is going to go well.
I'll help them with the...
You have a DC 15 with advantage.
This is still not going to go well. Never mind.
And also, can I have a 14? Yes, the dogs are panicking whenever Bob goes near them.
Well, he won't be, because he'll be right on the back of the sled.
Yeah, we're
covered in a blanket, so they won't even see him.
Go on then, make a stealth roll to hide Bob in the back.
I'll help.
Oh my god.
Can I do it?
So you distract them with a bit of dead rat and stuff them full of flowers or whatever.
I'll do it because I'm quite stealthy if no one else is.
Can we just prestidigitation on him just to make him smell nice, like perfume?
Yeah, we'll use prestidigitation to keep them smelling nice as well.
So let's see what you have to do is generally beat the passive perception for a beast. So yeah, they're pretty perceptive, but you did. So we're helping Andy. So you got advantage. So can you roll as another one? You don't have to click advantage. Just drop as another one in.
Right, hang on.
Oh, right. So yes, you managed to sneak. You managed to prestidigitate Bob to smell. You distract the beasts with one of your pounds of meat. That's the price you have to pay to get them on board.
I'll knock a pound of meat off.
And you managed to get Bob on the back of the sled. So it's now up to you.
Oh.
We've got 2 choices. We either let dog lead us, or we hit Caer Conig, because that's where he was going. So whichever you think's best.
Well, his ultimate destination was Kelvin's Cairn. So, but he told him that he was going to Caer Conig to buy mountaineering supplies.
I would say poke our head in on the way. It's on the way, and then see if we can deem any more information.
3 hours, we can almost get to Caer Dineval along the road.
Yeah, and at least from just outside Caer Dineval, we could always, depending on how Boy is, we could either continue up to Caer Conig, or we could just let him follow the trail to Kelvin's Cairn, because he'll know where his master is.
Yeah.
Because you can run a dog sled. The rules for dog sleds are you can run a dog sled for 1, 2, or 3 hours. Okay, but after that, they have to rest for the same amount of time as you've run. If you run it for 3 hours, they'll have to rest for 3 hours.
Well, we'll run them for 3 hours, then we'll camp for the night, and then we'll run them for 3 hours the next day. Because we've only got 3 hours of light left.
Yeah. Well, the next day is 8 hours, so you could run them for 3 hours, then rest for 3 hours, then run them for another 2 hours, another hour.
In that case, we should head along the east way and then head north up from the east way to Caer Dineval, because we'll get much. I've just measured it out. It's quicker that way.
Yeah, that works for me.
Right, so 13 miles gets you to there.
Yeah.
So that'll get you. So you're camping out on the road.
Yeah, 15 mile. We'll camp out next to the road.
You get to there, kind of halfway to Caer Dineval. You can.
With one new shelter.
with your new shelter.
Can we ride past Bryn Shander and moon Bryn Shander's guards on the wall?
You can run them for another hour, but they'll automatically get a level of exhaustion.
No, because
So you could
on the way
you
back.
could make Caer Dineval, you could make Caer Dineval in one day, but then you give the dogs a level of exhaustion and then rest at Caer Dineval.
No, I think we'll do it this way because we might have to do that on the way back.
Okay.
Plus, we're better for the dogs because I can't actually afford to pay for them. So we'll camp here.
Yeah, so you lied to that poor man. You've took his livelihood and lied to him.
No, I didn't lie. If I promised him to repay him, I will repay him for their full value, even if it takes us a lifetime of killing monsters.
Well,
I am a good guy,
Well, what I'm
remember?
going to do is, who wants to roll something?
But it depends what it is.
Davey.
Davey, right? Davey it is. Davey, roll me a D20. There you go. Right, you have a quiet night and are not disturbed on the road. You have your new tent and the DC is only 15, so it is impossible for you to currently fail your frost checks.
We're brilliant at this.
You're brilliant at this. So you have you're broke, but you are not going to freeze to death anytime soon. And you don't have an encounter during the night.
I'd rather be warm than rich.
You will, however, have to knock a ration off.
Eat a ration again.
And 6 rations for the dogs. Uh-oh.
Well, I bought the rations for the dogs, but I don't.
You're saying you bought them, but who bought them?
Give the money for the rations for the dogs and the rent of the dogs.
Yep.
But you do get a nice long rest. Yay, go team. You're probably all rested, but I'm going to rest you all anyway.
Please do, because I need it, guys.
There you go.
Right, we'll head to Caer Dineval and see what's going on in town, and look around see if anyone's heard anything.
Yeah, it takes an hour to get to Caer Dineval as you swoosh in. Who's driving? Andy, can I have an animal handling roll? As you hang out the back of the sign, how am I driving? Dial 0800 Hobbit.
Drive it like you stole it, because we might have.
You may actually get less travel than full with 8-9. So Andy seems to be having some difficulty steering the dogs, so you're not going to get your full travel distance today. But you get into Caer Dineval in about an hour.
You do it.
I have Caer Dineval map. Caer Dineval is a small town that, very small, is overlooked by a castle upon the top of a hill.
Oh, that doesn't look like an adventure waiting to happen, does it?
And you come in from the east way, so you come in from this direction, and if you're pushing on, you can head straight up to Caer Conig up the road. No, not a cast, Earl, not a cast. A Caer, a small castle.
I knew what I meant.
Is it worth having an hour here to have a scout about, rest the dogs, have a pint?
I've heard a story that there's a lot of thieving going on around here, so...
On the other hand, let's just get... Well, we're all...
That was Caer Conig.
Yeah, we're headed.
Caer Conig's the place of the thieving.
We could just stop at the pub and see what the skinny is before we head out, while you go and lash the dogs or whatever it is you do to them.
Aye.
What could possibly go wrong in an hour?
So I'm going to say you only move 4 miles per hour today because you didn't completely balls your animal handling up, Andy, but it wasn't great.
Right.
So what you've got is a smelly mummy in the back, Andy incompetent at the front, and everybody else having some kind of barbecue in the middle.
Oh, God.
This is like a Cliff Richard film, if ever I've heard one. We're all going on a winter holiday.
We'll head to the Genev's Rest. I assume that's the pub.
Right, so you head down the southern street, and Genev's Rest is a boarded up, drafty old inn. There's a crooked weather vane shaped like a rearing dragon, and it looks like it has been closed for many years.
God, there's another pub that we can take on.
We're gonna. Oh, Bracey's got a plan for this.
Weatherfolks franchise.
Weatherfolks.
Yeah.
Cold Weatherfolks.
The uphill climb you've heard is the local tavern.
We'll go there then, since it's on our.
So you go all the way to Genev's Rest. You view the ruined watchtower across the road from it and the frozen lake. Sigh as you realise that the inn has closed many years ago. And then head round to the uphill climb.
Yep.
Okay. With a swoosh, and a mush, you pull up to the uphill climb. It offers a spectacular view of the lake and the frozen docks. And as you enter, you see that it is reasonably full for such a small town. And the path continues past it and up to the Caer, up the hill.
Pint a pint.
Pint a pint.
I bring mine out. I'll stay with the sled.
He says, we don't have any beer, I'm afraid. We're all out. He says, but we do have our world famous Dinaval chowder,
Um,
which he's happy to ladle several steaming bowls out.
What's his name?
What's my name? He says, I'm Rourke. It's nice to meet you. A rugged middle-aged man with a big smile and a beard you could hide a badger in.
Friend Rourke, what's been happening in Care Dinaval of late? Other than the weather, of course. I'll laugh.
He says business is bad. It's because the East Haven ferry closed down. All of my business came in to have our famous chowder, but it's sad.
Has anything else been going on, or just that?
Not that. He says we haven't heard much since the speaker took ill up at the care.
Oh, is he still with us? Or?
I don't know. A few weeks ago, he seems to have employed several new guards, and they occasionally come down to town when they need to pronounce something, but we haven't seen the speaker for a while.
Oh, well, we didn't have someone called Garrett pass through here recently, did you?
He says a couple of days ago he had a group on his sled. He often calls in the uphill time, does Garrett, and with his dog. He's a nice bloke. He had a Goliath, which is odd because we haven't seen a Goliath in a few years now, other than yourself, of course. He says nothing towards Asia, and
That's great.
a tiefling and a dwarf, I think he had with him. They came in, had some of our world famous, I might add, clam chowder, and headed up to Caer Konig.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're trying to catch up with him. Boy's dog reappeared back home a few days back, and his other half's very worried. So we're trying to chase up. So if you don't mind, we'll quickly finish this soup, and I'll take a bowl out to the lad who's at the thing, and I'll thank you. And on the way back through, we'll call up and check on the speaker, make sure he's all right for you. All right, mate?
That'd be kind of you. I mean, there's not a lot until they have the meetings. The speaker doesn't really do anything around here.
Well,
Like I said,
yourself with a chowder like that.
like I said, it's business is bad because we don't get the tourists in from East Haven now.
Terrible. Well, we're planning on hitting dropping into East Haven soon as well. So we'll see. I'll have a word down there, see what's going on with the ferry. But I assume it's the fact that everything's just frozen solid.
The ferry don't run because the lakes are frozen. I mean, even the fishermen, those with larger boats, they're stranded because they can't get the boats out of the ice. The ones with the smaller coracles have to drag them across the ice until they get to the non-frozen bits in the centre.
You know, someone should invest in a big husky sled and swish people across the ice from East Haven up to here. I'll see who in East Haven would be interested in a business proposition like that.
That might be some kind of business idea you've got there.
Well, you know.
Can I just ask, you haven't heard anything about a sea monster or anything up these parts?
No, we've got no sea monster in Lackdinishire.
Okay.
I'll thank them. I'll enjoy my stuff. I'll take out Corrin's and then bring his empty bowl back in.
Okay. Dave, what are you doing? You've been quiet as well. You've been quiet again.
I'm just enjoying the ambition
and having a delicious bowl of chowder. Chowder.
I know. Where Yin would love.
Oh,
Dave just rolls a tear.
Dave, I'll say Ben, get the recipe, and we'll make some in our own inn for Ian.
I think what he'd really like is a little chair, a table, a knife and fork, and little plate so he can pretend to be.
We'll make it up to him when we get back.
Did you look at the charm he'd give you, Dave?
Yeah.
And I'll have cast identify on him because I was going to for him.
Do you wish to... so Tracy's identifying it for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mouse skull is a charm of Revivify. It will cast Revivify once and then disappear. And then there was silence.
So that's like Rhea's dead.
It is, but it has to be applied within a minute of the person being dead. It's the lowest level cleric. You now have an experience with two different Twingers, and apparently if you befriend them, they seem to bestow small magical gifts on you. You're not sure whether they're handmade or whether they're part of the creature itself.
Twingers could be the power. We definitely need a breedery.
What we need to do is get a whole bunch of Twingers, put them in a blender, and then drink all of their power, and then we will rule the world.
No, what you do is breed them off depending on their power, and we'll come up with new shit.
I think drinking Twingers sounds pretty... Oh, it'd be like a slush. I like slush.
Yeah.
Oh!
Twinger slushy.
Just pick the pine needles out first.
So, ladies and gentlemen, where are you spending any more time in Caer Dinaval?
Not any longer than we have to.
An hour. Are you leaving Andy out to tend the dogs and bring them some chowder out?
I'm taking chowder, and then I'll swap with him so he can nip in and get get a quick warm, and then
Get
we'll
warm.
head.
Because I just had visions of us all coming out the pub, nicely full of chowder, and discovering that somebody'd off-skied with the dogs.
I think the next place, if we stop off at, unless we're going to miss it out and follow the tracks, we're going to have to be on our guard for them damn thieves.
To be fair, I'd be inclined to get to just shy of the next place and then just sort of say to the boy, "Where's your dad? Find your dad." And I suspect he'll tear off in the direction of that mountain.
I think we might need to buy a bit of mountless of getting.
The DM who has the overview of the party's gold. Yes.
Either that or we might need to steal some mountaineering equipment.
Look, at this rate, we're going to be selling ass.
Yeah, you are so poor right now. So poor.
But we're so warm.
Yeah, we're warm. We're running out of food now. But you do have a fox and a hare and a bat.
Bullshit. You're not getting me, fox. Hey, or bat. Or me owl out.
Rangers can forage on the way.
They can, you're right.
And granted, you could probably get a pair of slippers out the fox, but you're not.
Yeah, Andy, there is a foraging thing for rangers, I think. You can...
All right. More shit I don't know about 5e.
I got interested. There's something to do with foraging. I don't know whether it's a background outlander or whether it's a ranger skill thing. I'm not sure.
It's a ranger skill.
Yeah.
Hold on, I should look.
Because he's travelling, and if he's in his selected terrain, he travels at normal speed, but also produces free food from up his ass.
Oh, yeah. You can forage when you are... traveling your natural terrain, but not on a dog sled, as it's very hard to forage while driving a dog sled.
Ah, right, I see.
Unless you run over an odd hare.
Yeah, he can just, what he can do is he can point it out and we'll just firebolt it out the back, and it's cooked.
Just
so every now and then, like,
thinking of all the awful things that's going to go wrong with you lot in driving this dog sled. Right, so you're only travelling 4 miles an hour because of Andy's failed animal handling roll.
And it also says when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would.
It's enough to keep a party fed every day.
That's nifty.
It's basically, hey, take a ranger. Never need to do any of the survival crap.
Got you.
So 4 miles will put you a mile away from Caer Conig. So that is, you've spent 3 hours of the adventure in there to be a mile outside of Caer Conig.
Right.
And rest and then head into Caer Conig.
Or we could rest and, like, you know, let Boy lead us on from here.
Yeah, that's true, because couldn't Aisha drag the sled?
I'll shrink you down so you can see where you are.
Well, what I kind of mean is I presume they've made Boy lead dog. So if we're telling him from here to go and find Garrett, if Garrett's in Caer Conig, he'll go that way. And if Garrett isn't, he'll head for where he was last.
He'll have to head into Caer Conig because he was definitely heading there.
Yeah, but it is true. It is true what Andy's saying.
I agree with you.
What I'm thinking is, though, did Garrett and the party go to Caer Conig and then leave and head for Kelvin's Cairn with the dog with them? And then when it all went to shit, the dog made his way home. So the dog will know whereabouts in the vicinity of Kelvin's Cairn his master was last. And I'm presuming if he's laid dog, he'll lead the rest of the team and he'll go that way.
You're right. What you said.
But if for some reason Garrett is still in Caer Conig, the dog will know, and that's where he'll go.
Oh, you're spot on.
Is that what you want to do, Andy?
Basically,
I'm following his lead.
Yep, basically, just tell Boy, find your dad.
Yeah, you crack the leads and give him his head, and Boy lets out a happy yip and then immediately turns northwest, head towards Kelvin Cairn. At 4 miles.
And we all just hang on.
Yeah, so you hang on, and then it takes an hour, even with your poor dog sledding skills. And Boy leads you to the base of Kelvin's Cairn. We've done that bit. Okay, come to the next bit. Yes. Okay, you see, Boy comes running over. You see 2 tents pitched in the snow near an icy outcropping that acts as a natural windbreaker. Between the tents is an overturned sled. Still harnessed to the sleds are 5 howling dogs. Boy starts barking and yipping.
Can we see any footprints or tracks of any beasties heading to the camp where we are?
I don't know. Let's have a survivally roll then. So Ace is going to have a look around for tracks and things.
Yep, I'll have a look and all.
And I'll help our ranger.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Right, so the 3 of you jump out of the sleds and look around. And you do see several tracks around, but no like monster tracks or anything like that. It looks like they're just about faded out as snow's almost filled them out. It looks like a bunch of footprints.
And presumably I can tell what direction they're going in.
Yes, they are heading up the mountain. And
Right.
I think I've got it.
Well, just to be on the safe side,
We'll
I'll
check the tents for any items
yeah.
that might be left behind.
I'll pad over and stick my head in the tents just to make sure there's nobody in there dead, and to check they haven't handily left any mountaineering equipment behind.
Haha, right. So I'm just getting something for you.
For the dogs might be good.
You're gonna love this. This is where you end up.
And I'm rather hoping that they've left some dog food behind.
You are here
Oh, fucking marvellous.
at base camp. Right,
okay.
so as you get off the sled, Boy is like pulling forward and trying to pull the dog sled forward. Andy's getting off the sled. Who's going to take the reins and hold the dog steady?
Oh, God, I'm awful at this, but I'll try.
Well,
I'll give them
presumably,
a hand.
if this is like all dog sleds I've ever seen on the telly, they've got a thing attached by a very stout rope or a chain off the back, and you take it off and stamp it into the snow, and it stops the dogs pulling away.
That sounds sensible. Right.
Handbrake on.
I think
Yeah,
if I
basically-
took the reins, I'd be catapulted off.
So as you approach, you see a large cargo sled which is overturned. The dogs are still tied to it. They start to whine as you approach, and they look as if they're cold, hungry, and miserable.
Well, I'll check the tents for dog food, and then at least we can feed them.
But as you come round the side to head towards the tents, you see two small crates. One is empty, and it looks like it was broken open when the sled was overturned. The other one is similar, and it looks like the dogs have been all around the broken open crate.
Right, well, I'd better open the other one and see if it's dog food.
The other one is indeed a whole bunch of rations, and there's 12 rations inside.
Right, and how many dogs?
5, because Boy was number 6.
Right, well, I'll give each of the dogs a ration since I'm here, and we might as well feed ours as well out of our stash. And then everybody's happy, everybody's eating, nobody's wanting to go charging off into the darkness.
No, it's true. But Boy is barking and pulling towards this part of the mountain here.
What I was thinking was, can we take Boy and set up? Can you make a camp here that the dogs will be all right in for a day or so?
Yeah, should be able to. And then if we take Boy on a long lead, because otherwise he'll be off.
Can I just ask, how does find familiar work? Can I actually see through the eyes of my pet?
You can, yes.
Can I send me owl up to have a little fly up the mountain to see if I can see anything untoward before we actually embark on that?
Good plan.
Good plan. Yes, you can, but when it gets out of 100 feet, it can't communicate with you.
All right, okay, just 100 feet's worth, and then just to
it flies up. It flies up and flies in 100-foot sort of radius, which is not square radiuses, and it's not one of those either. I'll get there.
It'll be 100 feet eyesight.
No, it's not the eyesight distance, Dave. So you can kind of fly it up in that sort of radius.
That's still a good way up, I suppose. It's better than out, but I just don't want to be caught out by anything.
Right, so the owl has an advantage on eyesight check, doesn't it? So what are you telling the owl to do? Fly close to the mountain and look about, or fly? Because
look about to see if it can see any signs of like life, like individual, like the ranger and a group of people or people. Any individuals. I don't know how you put it over to an owl.
I can understand you.
All right, that's all right.
Understand you. Yeah, so it can go anywhere you like, but it's only in telepathic communication within 100
right.
feet.
I'll just say, well, go as far as you can, but don't go out of range of communication, and let us know if you can see any sign of the group we're looking for or any dangers.
Right. So I have the owl doobly-doo here. I need to move those out of the way and keep them handy. Mountain climbing rules, just saying, it's got advantage.
Yeah, I'm also want to check the camp to see if he's left any mountaineering gear behind.
Right, as it flies up and ahead, Tracy, you can plainly see 4 mountain goats perched on a large rock formation. I'll get back to you in a second, Andy. I'm just
no bother.
I'm just trying to drag icons about so I can put them roughly on the map where Tracy's saying them. You see mountain goats up there?
Oh, dinner.
And then you just tell it to fly all about. Right, so while you're doing that, Andy is searching the base camp.
I'll give him a hand.
Yeah, there is an insulated tent that obviously looks like it could have been Garrett's, and some blankets and a set of climbing gear.
Champion. So at least we have some climbing gear if we have to go vertical.
Yes.
Right. While she's scouting, if you set the camp up, I think we need to start getting moving as soon as we can, because I've got a very bad feeling about the time when it comes.
Not the problem.
Right, Tracy, so as your owl continues around the mountain, let's check. Let's see if she sees anything else. Or her, him, what is it? I don't know. What is your owl?
It's a male owl.
Is it called Hoots My Bob?
I haven't given it a name yet.
Or Hootie in the Blowfish?
What's the weather like at the minute, Rich?
It is, at the moment, it's cold and snowing very lightly, but it does look like it could be getting worse. Right, Tracy, I have rolled your owl's perception check and it doesn't see anything else on the side of the mountain. You can keep it out searching though, while you're moving up if you like.
I'll bring it back till these lot are ready to go up the mountain, and I'll impart to Corin what the going's like. If it looks like there's a decent way up and that there's mountain goats up there. So chances are, if there's mountain goats there, I don't think a ranger wouldn't bypass them if he was wanting to get food for.
What you did see is a clear path which doesn't involve too much climbing, and drawn mode, which leads from the base camp here, and hopefully you can see this line goes up here, along here, and then up there, and that is where your owl, as far as your owl see. Can you see that drawn?
Yep.
I can, yes.
Yeah, that's roughly the path you need to trace.
Right, okay. I'll import that to Corin, and I'll say dinner's en route.
Very much.
Well,
but yeah, I don't want to tire the owl, and it is quite cold and that, so I'll bring it back till we're ready to head up.
Right. Well, make camp, get our shelter up, make sure all the dogs are fed.
There's a voice at the back of the sled goes, what you want me to do? Muffled, as it's under a tent and a blanket and a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh no, God! I keep forgetting about Bob.
How's your climbing, Bob?
I haven't climbed in about 8,000 years, but I'm willing to give it a go.
Okay, but if it's too much trouble, we'll send you to stand around somewhere out of trouble.
Well, I spent a lot of time lying around and spending around. I need to sort of expand my horizons somewhat, I think. Maybe I'll take up painting.
That's a good idea. We could do some paintings for the walls in the tavern.
Turn around and say, you know what fascinates me these days? Have you noticed all these little plants? And I'll start pointing at moss and stuff. Aren't they absolutely fascinating?
Well, I'd never really noticed them before. But yeah, I see what you mean. They do seem to be quite fascinating.
That we can get into it together, because I don't know much about them. I'd love to learn more.
You should get them into Twinger breeding.
We're going to turn Twinger into Pokemon, aren't we? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, that's what we've got the lantern for. Got to catch them all.
Twingamon. The kids in Waterdeep will be going mad for a Twinger. We'll be millionaires.
What you started, Richie?
Hey, it's not me. It's Dave that's got a thing about Twingers.
Twinger porn.
Twinger, about a Twinger.
Right, well, so the plan is to unhitch Boy and get Bob. You've fed the dogs. You had 12 rations. How many rations did you feed the dogs?
Been 11, because there was 11 dogs.
Okay.
We've still got plenty of rations, but, you know.
Yeah, I've got every faith in you with your rations and things.
What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, so heading up the path, following Boy, yeah?
Yep.
Boy barks once, twice excitedly, and you head up the mountain path. Howling wind, blowing snow, and slippery ice make the climb treacherous. Ahead you see 4 mountain goats perched on a large rock formation, around which you must navigate.
They look tasty.
Do we want to take time out for lunch, or should we just do this and then get them on the way back?
Us little people could ride them, couldn't we?
You know what mountain goats are like, where they can literally stand on a tiny stone on the side of a mountain. They're sort of all perched up this wall, cowering from the wind which is blowing in snow. As you're getting further up the mountain, the weather seems to be getting worse the higher up you get.
Yeah, but the good thing is hunting needs gravity would be our friend.
Yes, well, the path leads around the outcropping of rock and continues up the mountain. The goats bleat but don't attack you, which is called fireball. Sorry.
But no, we shall follow Mr.
How short a mate are we?
We're all right, food-wise.
All right.
They'll still be here on my way back down, man. We'll get them on the way back.
It's gold pieces we seem to be running out of.
Well, you can skin them and sell the coats and meat, like you say.
Now, if you'd said there were solid gold goats, Garrett would have been on his own.
Right, so continuing on, looking hungrily at the goats, you continue up the mountain. Hundreds of feet up the mountain, you come to a glistening white expanse of packed snow. Against the rocky side of the mountain is a great big overhang. As you get halfway across it, you hear a loud crack from higher up the mountain, followed by a rumbling noise. The ground starts to shake. Avalanche!
Move,
What do you do?
Move. Push everyone. Go.
Wait a minute.
Right, whoa. Earl,
Cast
it
rope
starts
trick.
shouting.
Cast rope trick. Everybody up.
You cast rope trick. You need to roll initiative then, chaps. Hold on a sec. What's the casting time of rope trick?
I will find out for you any minute.
Right, Latesh begins to cast rope trick. Colin, what do you do?
Dive for the overhang to get over
Dive
it.
for the overhang. Aisha, what do you do?
Look for the nearest available cover and go for it.
Right, you dive for the overhang. Ben, what do you do?
Dive under the overhang.
Okay, Salmon, what do you do?
Grab Lantesh, throw it at the overhang and jump.
Oh, make an athletics roll.
Very bad at that.
And I'll tell my familiar to fly straight up, to keep an eye on us, and point us out to any rescuers if I get buried by the avalanche.
Yeah, I'll tell my familiar to out the way just in case. They're very fragile. It doesn't say that it's an hour's duration.
Is it an action to cast?
Casting time 1 action.
Right, so 6 seconds.
All right, okay.
So, depending on your initiative roll, the avalanche will sweep into you on initiative count 10. So if you are after initiative count 10, you are going to be swept away. Lantesh, 9. Right, so you begin casting. Your eyes open wide with horror as you realise you're not going to be able to cast in time. The avalanche moves 500 feet down the mountain. You see death before you. You rely on Salmon, who rolls a 2. Sanwin shouts no, grabs for Lantesh. So you're not going to be in the safe place either, are you? So, unfortunately, on initiative count 10.
I go for the slowest party members and drag them backwards.
Right, well, I'm going to need athletics rolls, so let's have a look. As you look horrifically on, Lantesh is about
all
to be...
rolls crap apart from me.
Yeah. Let's have... Right, so... This is not a hidden roll because it's going to be plainly obvious if you're swept away by an avalanche. So what I'm going to need from you guys is...
Oh,
God.
Right.
All of us or just them?
Benny!
No, you guys threw yourselves under the overhang.
Okie dokie.
It went to initiative because Aisha stopped to try and cast. So... Dave, you don't have to roll athletics because you're not sticking yourself. Yeah, but you ran back towards to try and grab them. Fuck. Right, so we have a 5, a 2, and a 6. Okay, so this is quite bad. I am not going to lie.
Does anybody have to roll for boy?
Yeah, I have to roll for boy. Well, assuming you're dragging him underneath the overhang with you.
Well, yeah, and I assume that he would know about avalanches off his dad, and he would know what to listen for.
Right, Dave, you told your bat to fly up, so if it goes after initiative count 10, it's engulfed by the avalanche. Avalanches are bad, okay? So I'm going to roll initiative for your bat. Right, your bat is engulfed in the avalanche with a short psychic scream, is engulfed and is gone. Dead. Kaput. It's got 1 hit point. It cannot survive an avalanche.
I know how it feels.
So that's that gone. Right, so what we need to do is work out how bad it is. I think it's going to be 3d10 damage because you were kind of shitty on your rolls.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, well. What am I
You
playing?
still have a temporary hit point.
Lantesh has still got temporary hit points. Well, you take the damage for the avalanche, then it sweeps you over the side. You have to try and hold on to something. That is going to be the problem.
Any chance I can jam me stuff into the snow, tie a rope round it, and throw it out in the general direction of these folks?
You can, but you wouldn't have time to do this now. I'm just trying to find
Right.
avalanches. They are
Just asking.
bad. Bracey was safe, but now
If the
It
three of
is.
you get down the bottom and find Garrett and he's down there, slap him for us, will you?
If I'm still alive, I'm going to slap him when I see him either way.
yeah. So I'm just trying to work out how much damage you take. It's going to be
Ouch.
quite a lot as your breath's knocked from you, and 7 and 9 is 16 damage. You're immediately engulfed in snow, knocked to the edge. You need to make an athletics roll to grab onto something safe.
Come on, we want better rolls than we've been having.
I'm just going to apply the damage, and then I'm going to crack. And then, obviously, you have to try and get back out of the way. So this is bad. As you battered.
I've got my mage armor on, but it's not shown on me little AC thing.
Yeah, it's just an effect.
Okay.
Did you apply the effect?
Cast it in the box, but it said that I'd cast it, but
there's an effect thing as well, though. Remember, you apply the effect to yourself. There's the casting button, and then there's the effect button.
All right, I didn't do that.
So you take an awful amount of damage. Right, here we go. This is money shot time, guys. Right, Lantesh, you managed to you swept over the edge. Just over the edge, there's a rock, and there's just enough of an overhang, so you're hanging off the edge of the mountain, but the snow's going overhead. As is Sanwin. Sanwin, you're knocked to the side, but you manage to avoid being swept over the mountain. Aisha fails and heads to the mountain. He windmills his arms. Andy, at that moment, Boy barks, runs into the cascading snow. Aisha, you're grabbed by Boy, who drags you back enough so that you can get hold of the mountain you clasp on, but the cascading snow, there's a yelp, and Boy is swept over the head of you and off the side of the mountain.
I try and grab him.
You're holding on for dear life. The snow's buffeting you. It's okay to fail, but in this case, not okay for Boy. The last thing he hears, oh, and then he's lost into the cascading snow. A few moments later, the avalanche ends and all quiet.
Can I look down to see where he landed?
He's several hundred feet down. There's a whole lot of snow and no sign of Boy.
I look at the end of the snapped lead that I was holding him on, look wistfully in the direction of like over the edge and go, stupid bloody dog.
So now, Dave, your bat has died. You and Andy have pressed your backs against the rock wall. The other three have been swept overboard, as is Boy. So do you three call out to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're still hanging on.
Keep your voices down.
Why don't you cast Thunderstep? Right, so
I will crawling up and helping everyone up towards the overhang.
It's an athletics check to climb up.
Oh,
you remember, you, Earl, and Lantesh are hanging over. You call out softly to Corin and Ben. We're here. We're not dead.
If I sling them a rope, can they do it with advantage?
Yes, they can.
Sure, darling.
We don't even have to roll.
So who's going first?
I'll do it.
Or do you want to all roll together?
Roll together.
Let's all roll together.
What's that, Dave?
So I can force them.
Yeah.
To die.
You got a 5.
I'm terrible at athletics.
I'm gonna request a roll. Oh, sorry, they didn't have advantage. That was stupid of me.
Cliff diving, boys.
Yeah, right. We'll do this properly because I didn't click advantage. Right, we'll do it properly, Richard. Now is the time to roll.
Nope, still going over.
Right,
the dice gods over the cliff.
So shit. Right. So Aisha and Lantesh, you pull yourselves up on the rope. Sanwin slips, even after trying 3 times, slips, and with a short curse word. What do you shout out, Earl, as you fall?
I'm not going out without a fight. I'm going to set fire to the mountain on the way down.
Well, hang on. How's about this? Can I actually get away with this? You know where I've looped the rope around the end of me stuff and jammed it into the ground?
Yes.
Because I'm only a little bloke, and if I try and pull Aisha up on the end of me rope, he's liable to pull me over the edge.
Aisha's okay. It's Sanwin who's gone off.
No.
All right,
I know, but that's the concept. Can I pick the staff up so it slides out of the loop, hook the loop onto the end of an arrow, and fire it at Sanwin so it's close enough for him to catch the rope as a last-ditch attempt?
He catches it right in his chest.
I think that's shenanigans, but I'll give him a DC 20.
Oh, God.
DC 20 athletics check.
Right, I'll try it, but if feeling that I'm going to try to lessen my fall by burning hands my way down.
Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm
There's
gonna,
footballers on your way down.
yeah, I'll dig them up. I can't make a DC 20, by the way. It's not
You
possible.
need a nat 20.
Can't.
Because this is plainly bullshit, so it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard.
Nope,
Oh, right. You fire the arrow down desperately. Sanwan looks up at you as he disappears from view. Tries to catch the arrow, misses by an absolute mile, and crashes down on the rocks below.
On the way down, I'm going to try to use prestidigitation to push me away from the rocks or land in the snow.
It's 1d6 per 10 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
In that case, much as I like Sanwin, I'll shrug, tug on the rope so it tightens on the arrow, and then pull my arrow back.
I'll tie your rope up and ask you should have on your end.
Right, it doesn't fall as in the description. Right, I'll drop the description in the channel for you. It doesn't fall the entire hundreds of feet.
Oh, that's still bad.
But he falls down and takes quite a lot of d6s of damage.
Oh, shit.
That's gotta hurt.
Sandman takes a bunch of damage. Right, so you've got a lingering injury. So, chaps, we have Sandman's now making death saving throws. It looks like you may be able to reach him, but you're going to have to climb down. You haven't got time to run around.
He's going to take Feather Fall from his second level spell as well.
Tracy, you took loads of utility spells. You've got Featherfall, right? Tracy's gone quiet.
No, I haven't got Featherfall, no.
Right, so what we're going to do is round 1. What are you doing? Because when I click the next round, it'll automatically roll a death saving throw.
I'm on my way down.
I'm climbing down using a rope.
Okay. You can have athletics with advantage if you begin to climb down.
Yeah, I'll climb down as well.
It's going to take 3 rounds to climb down. Yeah? Because I assume you're going as quick as you possibly can. So who's climbing and who's assisting and what's happening here?
Because I'm not as good
Oh,
at...
look at that death saving throw. Critical success.
I look over the edge, Rich. Is there any nice patch of snow that isn't, in rocks and stuff like that?
Yes, there's snow everywhere as the avalanche.
Do I think I could jump off and land in the snow? I'm probably going to take damage, but I'm not landing on rocks, so it'll be a soft landing.
You will
close enough.
You'll still take like 10d6 damage, but you'll take half. So it's a lot of damage. Jumping down a mountain is not good tactics.
Well, I'm climbing down using a rope.
Oh, can you check? Does a crit 20 stabilize yet on
regaining 2, rolling a 20 regens you to 1 hit point, i.e. I'm back unstable, so I'm literally standing in the snow saying, it's all right, guys, I've got this.
No, you're not standing in the snow, right? You see him, there's a sickening crunch as Sanwan falls, limbs twisted in an unnatural angle. You have busted an eye, Earl, but he's not. By some miracle, he landed on an incredibly soft snowbank.
Well, I burned it with me burning hands on the way down.
That was Lathander. That was Lathander looking out for you.
I'll go, it's all right, guys, don't kill yourselves. I'll be fine.
So, lying on your back, he turns over. You can just see his eye, a mass of blood. It looks like bad.
Ow.
Unbelievable. Crit 20. Yeah, it's fine. I can take 10d6 falling damage and take it. So, lying on your back in the snow, one eye swollen shut. What's the success plan? It doesn't look like he's going to die because he's a lucky son of a bitch. Yes.
I like me pipe.
And the music plays for that cigar. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I could use the rope to lower Aisha down.
Right, well, Corin has already made an extremely high athletics. So, Corin, you come scuttling down the rope. You won't need to roll anymore because you rolled like 22. You scuttle down the rope to next to Sanwan. Looking over his eye, it's bad, but it's superficial. It'll probably heal up in a day or so.
Right, well, hang on. I'm sure there's something I might be able to do to help with this.
I'll take my pipe out and look up and go, that really hurt. Don't arms meant to point this way.
Can I cure wounds him?
You can cure wounds him.
Right.
Just show us where it hurts. He says, just pick any limb that's twisted at an odd angle.
Well, there we are.
Oh, I feel so much better now.
It's not much, but it's the best I can do.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
And then I stand up, take a step back, look down at Simon and go, get up that bloody mountain.
Oh, I will. Just give us a moment. I just need a minute to,
Avalanches are bad news. That was a baby avalanche, and there has to be consequences of failure. So you've killed boy. Just saying.
Can I stand now?
Yes, you can stand now.
Go on, Sanwin, walk it off.
Everything hurts.
Any chance you could pull us up the rope? Because I'm not good on rope. In fact, I'll tie it around my waist.
Yeah, just tie it around your waist and they'll pull you up. And Corin, so that Sanwin is pulled up. There's no sign of boy's corpse. But maybe he made it. He'll be all right.
No, he fucking won't. And if he's dead and we'll find the corpse, I'll skin it.
Like, I thought I was dead then.
So did I. Why I climbed down to help you.
Right. Once we're up on a ledge, right, I take it we're going to have it. It would be beneficial to have a short rest. Can I cast rope trick so that we're, just in case something transpires, we're not caught short again?
Yeah, if you give us a hand up the rope.
Well, yeah, I'm saying once you're up, come on, hurry up. You're slow.
Ow.
Yeah, you can cast rope trick.
Can I lose a cast with that other one or not?
No, you didn't actually get a chance to cast it because you looked up at the avalanche, not realizing how fast they actually moved, and they move on initiative count 10 and initiative count 0. So you went to cast and it just swamped you, knocked you straight off. And yet somehow Sanwin was the one that fell and took 10d6 fallen damage.
It's because I tried to be heroic. I'm not going to do that anymore.
That's it.
That's not my usual. I don't know what came over us.
And Aisha as well. I'll heroically jump out. Oh shit, that was a bad idea.
Rope trick lasts an hour.
So we
can see out. Yeah, we can see outside, but we're all safe, from harm. And warm. It's warm there. Yeah.
I'll do a couple of hit dice healing, Rich.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to give you a short rest now.
Thank you, darling.
Rest. Short rest. There you go. So you can spend half of your hit dice to heal if you want to.
Yeah.
I can, but I can't click it for some reason.
Yes, you can. Don't lie. It's on the main character sheet. You just click the picture of the D6. There you go. Told you could do it.
It wasn't behaving itself.
So you've spent 2 hit dice and is still badly wounded. Your eye still looks terrible, however.
I'll put it. I'll undo a bit of my turban and put it over that eye as a bandage, so I look like a Calamashanite pirate. I look around at everyone and go, "Arr."
Probably won't understand when we eventually find him and go, our GM killed your dog.
No, don't worry. I'll spin a tale. It'll be worthy of a bard. But we don't need him to find him.
Very well.
We're back to square one. Back to too soon. All right.
Colin's got loads of hit points, man. Right, so
warm off, Aisha.
You're nice and warm in your rope trick. Although there was some difficulty getting Aisha's big shoulders through the opening. Right, so you spend an hour in your rope trick. You're warm. You're safe. You've used a spell slot. That's the most important thing.
I'll have to use mine as well because I did actually cast Burning Hands on the way down.
You did?
Because if I die, I'm going to die in style. I'll burn a couple of sorcery points. I'll burn a sorcery point to get it back.
Yeah, Andy points out to you all that avalanches are dangerous.
Yes, that's what I said. Sorry.
I was going to say, can I just successfully put the mage armor on this time properly?
You can, and you can get a spell slot back from your short rest.
You can. It won't help against avalanches, though.
How come did the other party get it up?
You don't set off an avalanche that can just happen. You can set them off if you throw fireballs and thunderclap and stuff around, but avalanches can just happen. As if randomly generated by some encounter table. How meta is that?
Sorry, I'll get shut out. We'll make our own.
Right, so you climb back out onto the crisp new snow.
Right, we'll follow the path really carefully.
Right, reaching these set of rocks, you reach a steep snow-covered incline dotted with jagged rocks. Lying face down in the snow, barely conscious, is a humanoid in blood-stained, cold-weather clothing, partially covered by snow.
Is that you, Garrett? Your dog's dead.
I'll lean down and brush the snow off of him and turn him over.
Yeah. Did you used to want a dog or boy?
Oh my God, you guys are the worst.
You guys are the worst people in the whole world.
Hey, if you knew what I was coping with.
You're absolutely appalling people.
How badly hurt is
God.
Does he need to spare the dying, or is he?
He definitely needs to spare the dying.
Okay, I'll go.
He's barely
spare the dying up.
He's barely conscious. He's covered in blood, and he has what looks like severe exposure. And because you waited an extra hour, he has 2 levels of exhaustion now.
Yeah, point over the zombie and say, "This is one we did earlier."
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot to roll with the zombie because the zombie just sort of stood there, didn't he? Eh?
I thought he
Was up the
was
cliff and just walk back up.
Yeah, but he got swept over, took the 30 points of damage, and just got back up and walked back up.
He's got severe exposure. I put a blanket over him and go, this is not Brokeback Mountain.
Right, Bob comes up, and his clothes are torn, and he's taking serious damage. Actually, I'll give him an athletics roll, because he may have just stood there and resisted it, but he ain't great at athletics, I'm not going to lie.
You heal a zombie. I mean, how the hell do
He
you
got
heal
a 4. So Bob, no, he's not a zombie, he's a mummy. Bob had been catapulted over the edge, didn't say anything, and landed taking 30 points of falling damage, and then went, oof! And then, actually, no, he's resistant, so he only took 15 points. But Bob is now damaged. Like, he snapped one of his little fingers off, and he walks back up the mountain and says, well, that was different.
Bloody hell, Bob, you all right? You're right, you fell off a mountain there, son.
I was not expecting to be thrown off a mountain when I came to serve.
I'll turn around and look at him, still covered in bruises and a face that looks like I've done around with Mike Tyson and go, I know the feeling.
Salmon, you look like you've done something to your eye.
Yes, I bounced it down a mountain.
It's probably less than optimal, I'm not going to lie.
I would agree with that, yes. It's a little sore.
It does look very sore indeed. I mean, I'm no expert, but all I can say is that...
I know a lady in Bryn Shander who might have a look at it for us. If not, there's a teddy bear who lives in her house that might be able to fix it.
Well, that is good to hear. I'm afraid that the magic that allows me to serve doesn't repair me, so I can only stay as long as I can. But I'll do my best.
Can we cast mend on him?
Mending work on you. But technically non-living. I'll try mending him.
You can try mending him, but no.
I know it works on undead.
It does not work on undead.
I thought mending worked on skeletons.
No, it didn't work on Dave's skeleton either.
Never tried it.
Well, it was worth a try.
It was worth a try. You need to find a way to...
We'll just sew them up naturally and just walk it off. Take a long rest.
A very long rest.
Are you planning on taking a long rest on the side of this fucking...
No, we're not. We're planning on fixing the dying guy and getting us into some sort of cover.
Yeah, is it Garrett, and is there only him?
Firstly, he's barely conscious with very few hit points. So he's so barely conscious that he doesn't even have a port rate. Which you can probably tell that was my tip.
Yeah.
Ash, can you send your owl out to a cave?
Yep, I'll do that.
Any sign of the rest of the party he took with him?
No sign of them. Richard is so angry that he doesn't get...
Well look, instead of looking for a cave, I think it's probably worth us hiking all the way back down the mountain with him to where the camp is, because at least we know that's warm and that's where the dogs are.
Yes, you must forgive me a moment while I drag things
all right.
So, yes, indeed, I'm gonna put everything on the map here so we can actually get to say that before. Kill all of your NPCs, like Dave's bat. Just so you can actually say what this party looks like. Are you ready for this crazy shit?
I have some questions. Oh, what the hell?
You are up a mountain. It is snowy. Garrett is here. And this is what your party looks like so far. Really, guys?
Not my fault. I'll turn around and say...
Right, so now we've got that sorted, because I had to import the mountain map. I thought I had, but I had not. He turns over, blood on his face, covered in snow, and like his eyebrows are frozen like in the best survival movies, and he coughs, and he says, yes, I'm Garrett. He's a rugged, bearded man in his prime. He looks dead fit and muscly.
I bet he cries like a girl and tell him his dog's dead.
Keegan sent us.
It's his best friend. He does cry like a baby. And
I'll turn around and say, boy led us to you. Keegan sent us. We're here to help. What happened?
I was paid to bring them up the mountain. They're looking for some Goliath werebear or something. Oh, that's exhaustion 2 should be on Garrett. You left them for an extra hour, you bastard.
Small matter for all of a mountain.
We came up. By the way, Tracy, your owl does spot a cave further up the mountain.
Does it look good getting there? Is it not too bad?
That looks like there might be a short icy climb, but Garrett has a climbing kit on him.
Are you Monartok?
He says, we got attacked by a Yeti, and I led the Yeti off away from the others, but it caught me and it hit me, and then I fell off the ledge above, landed here. I'm lucky I haven't got any broken bones.
What, like your dog? Cough.
Talk Please,
Boy.
don't.
He says, no, not boy. Please tell me. Boy made it.
He didn't, I don't think. But
He made it to the bottom of the mountain.
I'll turn around and look at you and shake my head and say,
He tries to cry, but his tears freeze.
he
He can't
sacrificed
cry.
himself to save Aisha so that we could come and save you, Garrett. He was a good boy.
Tries
His
to
master,
cry.
well.
He tries to cry, but his tears
Oh,
frozen
you will
on his
go.
cheek.
Well, initiative. Is that right? All right.
Yeah, you killed my dog. He goes all John Wick on you, pulls out 2 guns.
Oh my God!
Right. You are surprised as part of the mountain seems to detach.
Holy shit.
And
Pull out me bow and shout it.
No, we're surprised. That's the problem.
that is the problem.
Alert! I want to buy.
Yeah, nobody's got any of those feet type things yet.
Do Rangers not get anything like that?
Yeah, you
You
buy
do
alert as
take
soon as
it.
possible. As soon as possible, it's broken.
Got it on me, my ranger, and it boils Earl's piss.
It's absolutely the most annoying shit you can imagine.
Right,
You can't be surprised.
You are pounced, okay? I'm gonna just roll randomly. So from left to right on my screen is Lantesh, Corin, Aisha, Ben, and Sanwin. So I'm just gonna roll a d6 and re-roll a 2. Corin, you are pounced as a part of this snowy mountain site breaks apart.
What the hell is that?
And it leaps down through the air magnificently, landing next to you.
Right.
Makes
Can I defend against it in any way?
No, it's a surprise round, I'm afraid.
Oh, you don't.
So it makes a claw attack and misses. Oh, nice. So the second one attempts to pounce Ben, leaps down in front of you, Ben, and makes a claw attack.
By the time we're finished, we'll have slippers.
And also misses because it's that kind of day for the DM.
Lathander is with us.
Lathander is indeed with you. So we're starting a round afresh. Can't bite in the same turn. And we start with Sanwin.
Twin spell, Scorching Ray. I'm going to burn them both to death. I'm not in the mood for this shit today.
Yeah.
I'll have to do to target one. I'll do it with one hit, and then I'll have to target.
That's
the next
right.
one
Yes.
like we did before.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll mess the crits up. All right, and just take your crits off here. I don't mind.
Don't do that.
Do you not think this is an awesome mountain map I found though?
All right, hang on a second. I
It
just
looks
need to
really
tap
scary.
the
It does a push attack, well, and then you just plummet hundreds of feet.
Right, Bernie time.
Scorching rays. You hit.
Oh man, why is it? I'm within 10. Why did it roll disadvantage?
Oh, because you're in melee with. I'll take the. I'll hide the pets.
Because that would be a crit. Because I rolled a 20. Let me keep the crit. I want to burn him hard. Oh no, I can't. Can I?
Right. So what? You dropped a 20. Ah, but was it a nat 20?
It was a nat 20.
Right. Well, what you do is you click where it says, the modifiers. It's got critical.
All right, and then I just roll one.
And then
dice.
roll your damage, and it should do critical damage. There you
It
go.
did, and then I'll roll to hit him again.
Is it 3 rays?
Yeah, each. I missed that. That one.
Ranged
missed him.
in melee. It says.
Yeah, but I'm not in melee. I don't know why.
It's the other one not in melee.
No, 10
No.
feet away. Not to worry. I'll just keep going as I am.
More hits. Look at them, man.
And now I'll switch my target to the next one.
Wow.
Have I switched targets yet, or has it been a dick? I've switched. Got it.
Yeah, hang on. You've got both target now.
Got it right. Sorry.
What is in melee with you? That's the question.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
his bad
know.
eye.
That's me duff eye. Oh god.
Oh yeah, it's your defy, man. So yeah, you wouldn't have had a crit. You get disadvantage for having a dodgy eye
There you go.
because it's a ranged attack. Duh, yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I need my eye fixing.
Yeah, so I'm going to take your crit back off you.
Oh,
Yeah, so your first attack was allegedly a crit. wasn't it? So it was 3 and a 5, so I'm going to give it 7 hit points back because I'm that kind of bastard.
I hate you, but okay, fine.
Because, you shouldn't have jumped off an avalanche. Well, next up is that crag cat who had attacked Corin. And you have burned it quite badly. So it's going to run up to you
You get attacked of opportunity.
and get an attack off Lantesh if you want to make an attack of opportunity. But it would only be a melee attack because I know you haven't got the spell feat.
Can I make an attack of opportunity?
No, because it
Yeah,
hasn't moved out of your area of control.
Try and twat it with me quarter staff then.
Now it's going to bite Salmon, who has burned it badly. Hits 4 damage. It takes a snack at you, and that's its turn. Aisha. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a save and throw. That's an attack roll. Okay. Next up is Aisha.
If I try and shove that beastie in front of me, would I be able to shove it over the edge?
You would shove it into Dave and Salmon and Garrett. So, no. You could shove it and you'd probably shove Salmon over the edge.
How about if I move one across to the left? Can I push it due south then? If I move there,
South.
push it straight over the edge.
That's against the rock wall.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought that was... Okay. Right. All right. Okay, then. I won't bother. I'll just whip out the Warhammer and smack the shit out of it.
Just for a change.
Just for a change.
Just to keep things interesting. Bam goes the Warhammer. It's a hit. Crunch. Wallop. The feverish Cragcat takes a heavy melee blow. Are you doing anything with your bonus action? I think you're the only person that actually has a bonus action.
I will... Hang on. I'm just seeing what I can cast on a bonus action. I will cast bonus action. I will cast a healing word on Sanwin.
Okay.
You're a special person. Thank you.
Lantesh.
I'm going to use my cantrip Firebolt on the one that's near Sanwin.
Okay. Burn. He hits, heavily injuring the cat. Your back next up is Corin.
Yeah, right. Let's just say. Now, hang on. I've got to get this in the right order. That's a spell. Right, so hold on. I'll do that first. And then for me bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one I've got targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Right, done that. Oh, hang on. Switch that off. Right.
Hunter's
And
Prey. What's that?
More damage, basically. And then I'm going to attempt to shiver the thing.
Good call.
Oh, right. So I guess I'm not.
I guess you know.
Right, now hang on, I'll just check this lot. Right, hang on, so that's... Right, okay, it's alright. Right, so that's on permanently.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark lasts ages.
Yeah, so it's just the Hunter's Prey thing I'll probably have to do next turn if I live that long.
The cat that got battered by Bracy is going to try and batter him back and attempt to fight you.
Well, that's not very nice.
Blocked by shit. But Garrett's going to lie on the floor and go, Bob.
Can I nudge him with the enemy boat and go, shut up?
Bob, kill!
Bob leans forward. Red will glares first.
And then,
Bob fire.
And then punches it right on the end of the nose. Oh dear.
I know that was a wisdom save. So
It's scared shitless.
it gets advantage on them. It fails, but it's only fright. And then Bob mashes it. Oh, that rolled off the 20.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, Bob just brings his fist down, crushing the skull of the beast, like literally spattering Aisha and Ben with brains.
Oh, Bob's brilliant.
That's wonderful, Bob, but that's ruined the pelt.
Pretty much Sanwin. Sanwin, one eye.
I will retarget it, and then I'm going to firebolt it to death.
Firebolt to save, is it? Or the hit?
It's a hit.
Uh-oh, disadvantage. From.
Yeah, I know, but I've still got to do it, though. Why am I rolling 3 dice now? I've got triple disadvantage now.
You missed. Doesn't matter, it still only counts as one disadvantage.
Ah, true.
So you're just shooting firebolts left, right, like up in the air and everywhere now. The crag cat gets a turn. It will disengage as you have killed its mate, and it will move and leap up and over everybody.
Will an attack of opportunity?
Not when it disengages. So it leaps in the air and ends up here. But that is
all right. I can still hit it there.
That is 10 feet in the air. It disengages and then begins to climb up the side of the mountain. Isha's not there.
Sorry, what?
Cat has leaped over Corin and Plantation is attempting to climb up the side of the mountain.
Right, I will target it and cast Toll the Dead.
And that gets a D12 damage because it's injured. Right, fails. Hang on, roll it again because it gets advantage on saving throws. Yeah. Right. Hit yourself with Toll the Dead. So drag the effect and target yourself and do the damage to yourself. As the spell rebounds off the cat and strikes you.
Oh, it'll be 1d12 because I'm damaged, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Right. Ow, you say, as you are struck by your own spell.
Mother flubber.
Right, Lantesh.
Does it look well damaged or not?
Kill it. Sorry.
With fire.
It has got 3 little blood drops on it, so yes, it looks quite badly damaged.
Right, so I'll just cast it at first level then. I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay. It doesn't have a saving throw, so you just do the damage. Doing 6 damage to it. It's not dead. Burn.
I shall cast Firebolt on it.
Go on then. Get a saving throw. You miss.
No.
Corin.
Right. Let's see. I can't remember whether I have to do this again, but all right. Okay, already been done. Right. Change weapons.
It's took it off now. It's took the Is it Colossus Slayer you've got?
Yeah, it's that Hunter's Prey thing. It's
Oh,
supposed to
Hunter's
stay. I think it's supposed to stay on.
It's not. I don't think it's a thing you put on it. Not the Colossus Slayer. I think it's something. It's like an ability you've got. It's
Yeah, that just
your,
happens. Yeah.
your Hunter's Mark. One target dies, you move it to move it to another one.
Well, I've already got Hunter's Mark on it, but I thought you had to put Hunter's Prey on yourself every turn, but obviously you don't.
No,
but you've pressed it, so it's took it off. So you'll have to put it on again. There you go.
Right. It's all right. It's just me being stupid. I do apologise. Right. Hang about.
It's a hit. Oh, all the damages.
Very nice.
A thunk
nice
from his longbow. The cat loses grip on the mountain and then falls dead, almost landing on Lantesh.
Well, I'm glad it missed Lantesh because now I'm going to have to skin it.
It will
Jump out the way.
It will take an hour per cat because they're large creatures.
A short rest then.
And
We could drag them to the.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know what you think of this. Oh, go on.
well, Garrett is he's like, hold on, can I get some exposition out first, please, before you decide to skin anything?
Yeah. Go
He
for
says,
it, man.
the 3 of them are up there. There's Makingo, the Goliath, there's Perelu Fishfinger, a halfling, and Asterix, a female tiefling who mumbles and swears a lot there. She's up the top. They're up the top of that mountain there. The Yeti knocked me off the ledge and I landed here.
Well, that's rather their lookout, isn't it?
I know, but they have paid me, and they have paid
but
me.
they haven't paid us.
No, that's true.
Well, can I ask a couple of questions? One, could Sahir carry Garrett down the mountain without killing them? 2, will these cats not rot since it's freezing cold?
That's right. They will freeze.
It's a nightmare to skin a frozen cat.
Yeah, but you drag it off somewhere to thaw it out. Or you could stay behind by yourself, Andy.
Could.
I
would do one.
I don't think we'd any risk it. Would just catch up on this
Garrett,
if you just want to.
Skin the other one. Is he because you're not able to? Is he not fit enough to skin the other one to half the time?
He's like suffering from early stages of frostbite. Like he's shaking and
Of course, he
has
1 hour went fell all the way down, got back up, dusted himself off.
That is true. Well, it's like, watch, I'll do it again, and then just swan dies off the edge of the mountain.
At next level, I will.
The thunder on his side. That was what it was.
No, next level, I'll have
Well,
to
it's completely up to you. Garrett basically says he would like to try and find the other survivors if possible.
Can you point us the way they went? And I'll ask her, can you carry him down the mountain without him dying?
Up the mountain.
I'd ask them to put them in a tent and that and warm them up.
Fenar says yes, he can carry him down the mountain. I can certainly do that. That's not a problem. Did you want? He's got like the big tent strapped to his back. It's a massive hut thing.
No. We'll set that up.
It's already set up.
Yeah, so I can carry it down. Garrett says, I just need some rest, some healing.
Sadly, not my department.
Or are you going to send him down and say, look, there's a big insulated shelter down the bottom?
Well, our friend here will carry you down, but you kind of shouldn't be judgy about him because he's not as well as he used to be.
Yeah, and when you get to the bottom, what you do is you take him into the shelter and you tuck him up all nice and warm in the blankets, and then you go outside and you get 4 of the dogs and you bring them inside and you get them to cuddle up with them. It's what the Alaskans call a 4-dog night.
Just ask Gareth, what is your most hated foe? Please don't say undead.
Yeah, this is very good, Tracy. That's a very good point.
He's not so much a ranger type as a skilled hireling. He says, I'm not too keen on gnolls.
Good taste. Right, it's just that Sabit Bob is a little bit, I'll lean over and go, undead. But he's perfectly fine. you'll be fine. He'll look after you. He'll take you down the mountain. I don't suppose he can take the cats as well. I think that'll be asking a bit much, won't it? And we'll meet you at the base camp.
Well, he could carry Garrett and he could drag one of the cats by its tail.
Yeah, make a couple of trips.
Yeah.
If you want, you can go down, get Gareth, and then come back and drag the cats down one at a time.
Yeah,
to the
as long
base
as he's
camp.
careful.
If
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind.
That would be fantastic. Thank you ever so
I
much.
would be happy to serve.
I'll make my pair of furry slippers when I get finished.
Unless he gets ambushed, whatever ambushes them, I feel sorry for. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got ambushed by a dead thing.
Just wait until we get back and there's a pile of 6 cats.
Oh, I've just realised. I've just realised something. You know that episode of Scooby-Doo at the start where they always pull the mask off and there's a mummy underneath? It's going to be him.
It's going to be the opposite. They're going to pull the mask off and it's actually a mummy instead of pulling the mummy mask off. I said, Tracy, you should get him one of those creepy porcelain masks like in that episode of Doctor Who.
We're going to.
Oh, right. We were thinking it was that musketeer mask, weren't we, Angie?
No, I know the one you mean. We're going to get them.
The clockwork robots that was in that episode of Doctor Who, that's really creepy.
Yeah, but we just cannot remember the name of the film.
Whether we had Smile and the musketeer mask.
A jigsaw mask.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't off Saw. It was weird. I can't. I'll have to...
It's the one that like the protesters have started wearing now.
The Guy Fawkes mask.
Aye.
V for Vendetta.
That's the fella.
I couldn't think of it.
Yes.
Right. We'll get Bob. Take Garrett and the cats
exactly
down.
what we meant, but we couldn't remember what the movie was called.
Beaver, very dead dog. So sorry.
I heard rumour that there was a werebear up here by the name of Omir McCartock. That could be quite bad because I may have met him before. So we might have to talk to him before we try to kill him because he is going to be quite dangerous. And I hope they weren't coming up to here to try and kill him because they're probably going to be dead.
Hang on, Sanwin, where's all this coming from?
Oh, well, I pick things up. I talk to lots of people.
Does that not make the case for letting them three get on with it and us skedaddling off down this mountain sharpish?
Well, yeah, but I still think we should go and check.
Well, they're not paying us.
Yeah, but they might have purses full of gold.
Or they could be in trouble and they need us to help. We are the good guys, remember?
Yeah, wrong
Sorry,
company.
Richie, I need to keep reminding people we're playing the good guys.
Yeah, well, we're rescuing Garrett. What more do they want?
Well, Garrett wants us to rescue the people that paid him to do this job.
No, he's just hilarious. It's
Not
the frostbite.
delirious. He's a good, honest man, and Kenny's waiting for him. So let's get moving, eh?
Yeah, so you push on, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to push on. We're going to get Bob to take Garrett and the cats down.
Right, Bob will do that. And then just wait for you at the bottom, or?
Yeah, and sort of put Garrett in a tent and make sure he's warm, get a couple of dogs to cuddle up and keep him warm.
I think Garrett will be... Is Garrett able to move enough?
He is, but he's at half movement speed because he's got 2 levels of fatigue.
Yeah, he'll just need to get really warm and not die.
Yeah, it's a long rest in warmth, having something to eat and cuddling the dogs.
Yeah, fine.
All right, so you arrive at the next waypoint, which is playfully entitled The Perilous Climb. You must zigzag your way up the mountain, clinging to narrow ledges and scaling icy cliffs. Right, so to do this, you need to make a climbing check, a group climbing check. So you have the climbing kit.
If you'll forgive me...
Do we not get a bonus if the owl flies ahead to see if there's a better...
Hold on, what was that, Andy?
If you forgive me, don't forget that the whole way between the last encounter and this new waypoint, Corin has been muttering to himself under his breath.
Yeah, I imagine he is. So you get to the climbing bit, and if you look at the map, you can see just after this bit up the next ledge, there's the entrance to a cave, perhaps where the Yeti bounced Garrett off and he landed on the next bit below.
Rich, could you push us them up again, please? I've inadvertently closed it.
Can I overhear what he's muttering by any chance?
Something about not getting paid and wanting to go home.
I'm cold, I'm tired, and I'm not getting paid, and I want to go. You are getting paid some scrimshaw. Right, so here we go.
Small beer.
Here we go, lads and lasses.
Hang on, I was just going to say before we do a check, I cast guidance on the worst climber.
My climbing is at -1.
Right, you've all passed the first check, so you climb the wow, somebody rolled double ones. Yes,
yeah, me.
But luckily it's a group check, so you need to succeed more than you fail. So basically you're the one holding everybody up. So if you apply the guidance effect to pick a person,
Who's got the worst athletics?
Mine is -1. So my check is like 8.
Yeah, so he touches you, cast guide.
All right.
Does.
So I hit advantage for this roll, do I?
I'm requesting it. It's fine. Drag the effect and drop it on L.
Hang on.
Oh, look at that poor Danish supporter. He's crying.
Which one are you again, Al? Sorry.
Salmon.
And the one waving.
I'll move dead NPCs just to be clear the track. Okay. Cast guidance. That is not the effect, that's just the guidance.
Well, all I've got is 2 little fellas.
Yeah. There you go. You just dump it, effect guidance, you dump it on L. Right, okay, here we go, chaps. You're halfway up the perilous climb now.
Holy shit.
L got a 3, almost falls off the rope. Everyone else, however, it's a DC 10, manages to carry him. So
I'm literally holding on with my lips.
You're almost at the top, so I'm going to request one final roll. Are you guidancing him again?
Strength like now, because mine's 8.
Yes.
Are you guidancing Earl again, Brucey?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, so the last push to the level with the cave. I mean, what can go wrong? Oh, easy, man. You made it look easy. Earl finally gets the hang of climbing, and you climb up, puffing and puffing to the ledge where the large cave stands in front of you.
I am ready for a Yeti. Like, literally ready to be jumped out by a Yeti.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final.
Oh, 1 minute added on.
It's just finished.
Oh, hey!
Hurrah!
Who they're playing against? Because I haven't been watching.
Italy.
Oh, the eye.
Right. Up ahead to your left is a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth. There's blood on the snow some distance from the cave entrance. And it also, the path continues around the mountain ahead.
Any blood trails around the path around the mountain? Or has some silly bastard got themselves slotted in that cave?
No, but you can give me a survival roll, Andy.
I shall give you a survival roll if you just hang on a tick. Ugh.
A shitty survival roll. Luckily, it's enough. There are a set of footprints which are almost completely covered by snow. You can just see vague imprints, and there's a set of footprints leading around the side of the mountain.
Human, Yeti, someone else?
Humanish, definitely humanoid. There was a halfling, a Goliath, and a tiefling. So it's not the Goliath. It's got to be one of the other two.
Right. I'll point and do the old sort of ranger hand signs.
I'll wave back.
I'm going to go. Is that a duck? Or what he's doing?
So I suppose I'd better creep along this track, hadn't I, trying to be stealthy?
I'll turn around to Ish and go, he says, dogs barking can't fly without umbrellas. I don't know what that means.
Trying to be stealthy, Corin's still wearing his scale mail, so let's have a go
and he's not taking it off for anybody.
At stealth.
Yeah, that's nice and loud.
Corin squelches round the corner. You come to the Corin. You come to the edge of a vast and deep crevasse with nowhere to go but down. A collapsed tent lies half buried in the snow near the precipice. Jutting out of a nearby snowbank, a pair of blue leather boots next to this grim display. A figure in cold weather clothing sits in the snow, her knees pulled in tight to her chest. Horns protrude from underneath the figure's fur-lined hood. We have artwork.
Right. I look at her, and in me best hobbitish go, you all right, pet?
There is no answer.
I shall squelch you over and have a look a bit closer. Is she frozen solid?
She is quite frozen solid indeed.
You know them blue boots?
Yes.
Will they fit us?
Probably it looks on it to be from a dwarf figure now that you get closer.
Right. So I'm pretty confident that the tiefling is frozen to death.
Oh yeah, you can tap it and it goes dink, dink, dink and everything.
Oh, what a shame. I'd better check the dwarf just to make sure.
Very good. You pull the dwarf, and as he comes free...
Hey, language.
As he comes free from the snowdrift, you realise he has no head, and only one arm. It looks like his arm and head have been torn off from his body.
Lovely. Can I get his boots off?
You can. You certainly can, sir. I will dump the dwarf's items into the party menu so you can see what he has.
Right, champion. Right, hang on a minute. Party shite.
If we straighten her out, we could just slide her down the avalanche to the disc.
She was a sled.
No, surfboard. We'll do it in style.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right, well, I suppose I better stick my nose in the tent then, hadn't I?
Right, you stick your nose in the tent, and there's nothing in there, not even a bedroll. It looks like they tried to put the tent up to shelter from the wind, but sadly didn't bring any supplies. Then you recall that there was a whole bunch of supplies at the bottom of the mountain, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
Right, I will squelch back round the corner of the party, dangling the boots from me hand.
You didn't search the tiefling, or are you just looking in the tent?
Oh well, no. Yes, I'll have a look at her while I'm at it. I was more concerned about whether she was actually properly dead or not.
Right. On the tiefling, you find a potion and a leather-bound spellbook.
Ooh.
Might have a knock in it.
Well,
I was going to say, well, you could stick all her stuff in them.
You just left Andy. You're standing by the cave. Andy's.
I know, I just wanted to see you'd fill his boots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it actually lists as well what spells are in it for a change.
nice one. Right. Well,
Are you leaving the rest of them? Because obviously, if you're not taking them, I'll delete them. Because I thought there's a half-eaten block of goat's cheese that Andy hasn't had there. You haven't had cheese in bloody ages.
I know, it's funny you should say that.
And a frozen wine skin.
Yep, but that'll defrost.
It will.
Right, and I shall come tramping back round the corner, dangling a pair of blow boats in my hand, and explain to the lads that I have found the tiefling, which is more of a tiefling icicle.
Oh, shit.
I've also found 3/4 of the dwarf.
This isn't good news for them.
Yeah, he's a bit harmless and headless, come to think of it, and he won't be needing these. I waggle the boats in front of everybody. Of the other one, there is no sign. But put it this way, the dwarf didn't lose his head and an arm by them just spontaneously dropping off. Ripped is more the word I would use. Torn. Neither of them will be coming back, and I suggest we make a pretty sort of sharp exit.
Nope, I think we should nick their shit and go and find out what killed them.
I've already nicked
Sounds
it.
good.
There's no need to find out what killed them.
You recall actually the third one was a halfling. It wasn't a dwarf. But thinking back, you remember when you were sent out to find the cargo full of dwarf iron, that apparently they'd been attacked by a yeti and one of the dwarves had been killed and dragged off.
So we might still have one of our guys about.
So the one that's missing is a halfling.
Yeah, the tiefling's definitely dead. I suspect the halfling, or what's left of it, will be in that cave, if it's anywhere.
Well, I think we should have a look.
And I know it's one of my kin, but silly bastard.
Look, at the end of the day, I know your heart's not in rescuing these people, but it's kind of the right thing to do.
You make a very persuasive case, Sanwin.
And someone's going to get rewarded, and it may as well be us.
It doesn't wash with me, but you make a very persuasive case. But fair enough. If it was anybody but you, Sanwin,
I'll pat him on the shoulder and go, thanks, brother.
Right, so at the moment, somebody has a torch lit. I'm trying to work out who it is.
It's not me.
Sanwin.
Oh, I'm not meant to have a candle.
I'll turn it off. There you go.
Thank
The
you.
candle is off. So we're relying on dark vision, which two people don't have it. Right, you're on the side of this mountain, and there's a cave ahead and to the left. You want to bugger off?
Don't ask Corin, he might tell you.
If one of you who don't have dark vision, you can put a hand on my shoulder and that will lead you in the right direction.
I can light the torch, that's fine, because I've got a free hand, but I just want to make sure everyone's up for doing this. Anyone apart from Mr. Tusker will really not want to do this.
I'll put Garrett's mind at rest, what's happened to them then,
I think we should do it.
Just give me 2 seconds.
Well, in that case,
Cannot spell. Hang on.
don't bother moving your tokens. Just describe what you do, and I'll move your tokens until we
I'm
need
listening.
to.
Shall I light the torch? Or actually, I'll stop and wait until we listen, and then I'll light the torch.
Right, from where you're standing, Dave, you don't hear anything. You move up to the cave mouth and listen. Silence.
Yeah, okay. Whereabouts is the cave mouth? I can't quite tell from here.
Well, you've been past because you've went up that way, and you went round that way, so you know the
All
cave
right,
mouth.
so I know where the cave mouth is. Right,
Yes.
right. Well, in that case, can I sort of go to there and kind of stick my head round the corner and listen?
You need to equip a torch, Samwin.
I was thinking what I may do. How do I equip a candle?
Just equip it on your inventory.
Oh, right.
You take the little round thing until it's equipped, and then when it's equipped, it'll automatically add the light to you. There you go, see? And then you've unequipped it.
Hang on.
And then it's equipped again.
Yeah, because remember when we went down the mine?
Mm-hmm.
I kept my miner's helmet, so I've still got both hands free.
Yeah.
I did as well, but I'm going to use a torch.
Right, so you step forward and listen.
Yep.
So hang on then. I'll ask for perceptions and things in a second. You step forward and part your little ears. All you hear is the cracking of ice.
Like clink, clunk, clink thing.
You don't want to do this.
Not with your stealth, you don't.
Sorry, did Corin say that out loud?
Yes. With his stealth, yes.
Yeah, so I've made it that if you equip torches and candles and stuff, it took us ages to code it all. You just equip them and it puts the light on you. And then when you unequip them, it unputs the light.
Well, it is appreciated. So I suppose, do you want me to go creeping around this corner then?
Yeah, but if you see anything, get your head out quick.
Right, I shall creep.
So you,
Yeah, all right.
you creep forward.
I hadn't quite finished creeping there.
You creep forward. And as you look into it, the cave has a 20-foot high concave roof. Most of the floor has fallen away, forming an 80-foot deep chasm. You do that thing where you walk forward and then you just notice it and sort of teeter on the edge on your tiptoes. You see
and go round
to the left.
spherical objects.
To the left, a big ice wall that is at a 45-degree angle, heading down towards the pit. You may be able to clamber across it, but it looks risky. Or you can head round to the right, which looks
not quite as scary.
Not quite as scary.
Right, I shall try edging round to the right.
Right.
Well, I'll move them up a bit.
It continues round.
And if you don't mind, I shall continue round a bit myself.
Right. You come out onto an ice bridge leading over a massive cavern with an 80 feet drop.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, hang on. Are there any outcroppings of rock on that wall just to the south of me that you could tie a rope to?
I'm going to say yes.
Right. I tie one end of me rope to it.
This is not scary at all, is it?
No, not in the slightest.
What about Salmon and Aisha? Are you coming in or are you standing there waiting?
Oh, yes. I'm coming in.
Follow.
I told Sandon we shouldn't be doing this. I muttered to Ben.
Right, yeah. So you see the enormous 80-foot drop there, Tracy.
Right.
Oh, my
follow the
God.
rope.
Oh, dear God. If we get really rich, you're going to blame me.
Or really dead. I mean, you've already fell off a steeper drop than the 80 foot. So, I mean, so Corin crosses across to the other side of the bridge. And on the other side, there's a 10-foot, there's some bones, a 10-foot high tunnel strewn with bones of a large humanoid figure. Bits of flesh still clung to them. The head has been ripped clean off from its shoulders, gnawed and stuffed in a niche dug out of the wall.
Do I have any idea at all from the school what sort of creature it used to be?
I'm going to say give us a medicine check then. Let me have a look.
Can I just say, if it is a Yeti, Sandwin or no Sandwin, I'll say you back at camp. It's a fish, isn't it?
It's a big humanoid.
Right.
Right. Among the torn bits of hide armour is a great axe that looks still in serviceable condition, and the skull and bones of 3 mountain goats. 7 other crude niches in the wall hold the frozen heads of previously decapitated humanoids. One is a dwarf, a second is a dwarf, and the rest seem to be random humanoids. They've been pulled off and gnawed to fit in the horrifically gnawed to fit in the thing. Who wants to go forward?
Halfling by any chance?
No, there are no halflings.
Right. Is there somewhere on this side I can attach the other end of me bit rope?
Yes.
Right. I tie the other end of me rope to that.
Right.
Working on the premise, if it all goes tits up when that ice bridge collapses, at least we've got a way back.
Is it damaged in any way? Can I mend it with prestidigitation?
It's not damaged. It's not damaged, but it makes that like slight ice cracking noise as you carefully walk across it. But Andy's tied a rope across now from there to there.
Oh, hang on. Can I try drawing on the map? I've never tried drawing on the map before.
You click drawing mode.
Drawing mode, right, hang on.
And see if you can just draw a rough line.
Sort of roughly, kind of like that-ish. Presuming that's a wall I'm stopping at.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of ish, but, you know, like that-ish.
That's the idea.
So at least we've got something to hang on to climb back across.
It's true.
Good plan.
Aisha and Salmon, are you just standing there at the back?
I'm following up.
Yeah, I'll follow up.
Right, well, just move. You're talking to wherever you need to move to.
I'm moving off this bridge before they get off.
I was just about to say one at a time on the bridge, please,
yeah, because, like, Aisha is a huge Goliath in, like, heavy metal armour.
Yeah.
As he sets foot on it, you can hear the groaning and the cracking of the ice.
At the one side there so they can get off the...
Like I said, other than the scraps of armour, there's a great axe apparently discarded on the floor. Obviously of Goliath make. Gracie wants you to lay eyes on it.
Okay.
I pointed the great axe and I pointed Aisha and kind of do that That any good to you, sort of look?
I give him the thumbs up. Yeah.
A Goliath great axe, notched in many places to say that it's had many kills. There you go. You can grab it at the party inventory. So now that you've done that, what do? You can see just ahead. The tunnel turns round to the left and goes down some steps. What do you do?
Well, I suppose we'd better keep going, hadn't we? I'm not trying to push Ben out the road. I'm just get to the top of the steps and have a listen.
Right, you get to the top of the steps, and the steps leads down into an open cave. It contains a strange sight: a female adult yeti watching her child, a yeti tyke, as it plays with a halfling dressed in cold weather clothing. The tyke bats the halfling backwards and forwards across the floor, and every time it does, it lets out little yips. Unfortunately, you are terrible at stealth, and it appears to have heard you as the tyke runs behind the mother's leg, and the female yeti lets out an enormous raw anger.
Right, is the halfling dead?
Well, it was making noise when the tyke prepare for overload of cuteness. When the tyke, the female yeti, protective of its young cub, roars at you.
Just talk. I knew this was going to fucking happen. Did I or did I not say it going down?
You did say that was going to happen.
Oh shit! Sorry, am I still talking out loud?
You are. Bjorn and Lantesh has moved up behind you, but can you see the female yeti? Because it can see you.
No, I can't say shit.
Oh yeah, because you have only got a candle, haven't you?
Yeah, but if it can say me, I should be able to say at least something moving.
No, a candle's only got a really short radius. So yeah. So you stand there and hear this awful, terrifying roar. Bjorn, you can see it. Corin is looking madly backwards and forwards as if he's trying to discern where it came from. There's no surprise because the yeti was concentrating on its child, and Andy was making a god-awful noise with his scale mill. So it's just up to you, Bjorn. What do you do?
As Ben pushes past me, I just go to him, do you want to borrow me bow? Take that as a no then. Oh, that would have been nice if that had gone off.
You cast Chromatic Orb.
Guess we're going there then.
Do nothing. Are you moving, or are you just going to block the corridor for everybody?
I'll move as soon as it's my turn.
Yeah, the yeti goes next. It runs forward.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, shit. Right, running forward to engage you, Amelia. As the cutest young yeti type you've ever seen in your life. These guys can't see the tone. It uses a chilling gaze upon you. You fail the saving throw. You take some cold damage, and you are paralyzed. It then claws at you. Hitting. Bjorn is critically injured. Next, Corin. You can hear the sounds of combat, and Bjorn cries out in pain.
Well, I know what I want to do, but I'm obviously not going to. I shall have to move first, won't I?
So running forward, you go, shit!
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Right, hang on a minute then. Is that the big one or the little one?
That is the big one.
Where's the little one?
You can't see the little one. It's outside your candlelight. I love the lighting. I love it.
I'm not so keen. Right, hang on. Let's see.
You can see that Bjorn is paralyzed.
Right, I've done that. I need to do this. Bonus action, do the old hunter's mark thing.
I'll automate your Colossus Slayer. I've got a script for it. Now that I know you've got it.
It's fine now I've remembered how it works. Right, well, there's no else for it, is there, Riley? I shall have to try and poke me short sword into this yeti. Oh, you're joking. Right, I shall stand there like a muppet then.
You should stand there like a muppet. Even with your reroll, obviously you're quite concerned by this. You can move forward one square if you wish.
Right.
Or not.
Yes.
That is up to you.
Mine?
Yeah.
Then it lets the others in.
Right, so that is Corin's turn. The yeti tyke runs into the corner, goes and seems to be cowering against the back wall.
I'll kill him next.
The hobbit isn't moving. Sandman at the back. Right, so that is you've used almost all of your movement up. Because you've moved through difficult terrain. You can move one more square.
Just out of curiosity, Rich, did I have time to shout it's all gone to shit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said it would. Good guys, my arse, or is that pushing it?
You run around the corner, you see Brienne paralysed with cold.
Burning Scotchenry. I don't have many other choices.
If you've got anything interesting to pull out your arses now, will be the time to do it.
I'm pulling
Like
everything out.
Will when I get up there, but it's like I think
magical charms, potions, everything.
Bless.
Yes.
You hit with scorching ray. You miss the scorching ray. Damn this eye. You miss the scorching ray.
It's killing me.
Right. The Yeti, however, cowers back at the fire burning it. And it puts its hand up in front of it. Is that your turn?
All I can do.
Isha?
I will move up.
Bring that
Okay,
battle
that's
axe.
15 feet of
You
movement.
might need it.
Yeah, equipping that big bloody battle axe.
Okay.
How much movement? I've moved 15. If it's difficult terrain, how much movement have I got?
So
left?
you use 10, so then you use 10 to move one more square. So 10 to there, and then you've got 5 more feet of movement.
Unless you dash.
If he dashes, though.
Well, I know. But it's going to eat me.
That's true. Right, so you've moved into that square.
Right, I'm just trying to move a half a square, but it's going 10 no matter what.
Yeah, so you move to there.
Right, I can see the big Yeti. Is it classed as a humanoid or a beast thing?
What are you trying to cast a spell or something?
Yeah, I was going to cast Hold Person, but only works on humanoids.
Well, you don't know. Give me a nature check.
Got arms and legs.
It's got arms and legs. Buggered if you know. Yeah. So it's a case of trying to cast it or not.
Oh, I'll try casting it. I'll try cast Hold Person.
Okay, tick off your spell slot. It does not.
Arse.
Okay, next up we have Alantesh.
What can I see when I get to there? Because I need to be able to. Right.
So you've used an extra 5 feet moving through Isha's legs.
Right. I've still got 10 movement left, haven't I? Where's the... So, there was 2 little things, wasn't there? Where's the other one?
At the back.
At the back. Right, okay.
That's just cowering against the back wall. That's not actually attacking.
Have a think. And you said hold person... I heard hold person doesn't work, yeah?
No.
It doesn't like fire.
Yes, me. Firebolt doesn't do that much. I'm going to cast.
Hurry, yeah.
I'm going to cast sleep on it on the big one.
Okay, roll 5d8.
What? Just turn it off the bottom here, yeah.
Right. Click the d8. Click 5. Yeah, sleep is one of the spells that doesn't. Yeah, that does absolutely nothing.
God.
Is that your turn?
That's all I do.
Okay. Bjorn, you can't do anything, I believe, until your next turn. Have a look. You can repeat the end of your save at the end of your next turn, so you will now immediately, it should automatically roll it. No. Roll me a... I can just roll that and do this, can I? Yes, I can. You succeed. You are no longer paralyzed, Bjorn. You are just hurt really, really badly.
Time to get eaten.
Yeah, and then it swings at you. It can't paralyze you with its gaze. So it will use chilling gaze on Corin, who fails. You take cold damage, and then you're paralyzed for 1 minute. And then it claws at you, Dave, in an attempt to kill you off. It hits. Yeah, Bjorn goes down. Has no effect, but you have got a mean looking scar, Dave. The Yeti is going to eat you. Corin, you can't do anything. Get your paralyzed saving throw, however. Let me have a look at this. Oh, 20. So you are no longer paralyzed. That'll be a big relief for you. Yeti take cowers. Halfling is either unconscious. Salmon, Bjorn has gone down like a sack of shit in front of you.
Burning hands.
Okay.
I'll do it so that I don't set a light to the end since he's lying down.
Okay, you can do it over the top. Not a problem. So
Burn, babe. It's because I don't have it. I can't hit for shit, so I'm going to have to use an auto hit spell.
it saves, takes half damage.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Again, it raises its hands up as you set fire to it. Aisha.
Right. I want to...
Oh, sorry, unless do you want to move anymore? Or
No, it's going to eat me next, so I'm standing my ground.
right, Aisha.
Right. Will it be possible
You can't use the great axe. You only have one hand.
Oh, yeah.
Do I? How's that?
That's a good one off.
Because you burnt your hand off. You have one hand.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, then. Okay, then I'll have kept my thingy equipped then. What I want to do is I want to move up to there, and as I go past Bjorn, can I like, because it's a touch thing, can I like stand on them without stamping on them and cast Spare the Dying.
Yes, but I believe that's an action. That would use your action for the turn, so you can't attack.
Ah, right. That's a shit.
Isn't it just? Casting time,
In that case, then I'll cast Healing Word, which is a bonus action.
Yeah.
And I'll attack the Yeti and try and batter the shit out of it.
So what level are you casting Healing Word at?
I'm going to cast Healing Word at level 2.
Out of second level spells.
Yep.
Bjorn, you are prone, but you are back in the land of the living. Right, go on, batter the shit out of this Yeti.
Whose turn is it, like?
You hit. It's a big hit, 10 damage. Finally, the Yeti takes a decent amount of damage, and that's your turn. Lantesh.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Nice. So you know how to pick the effect up. That's the one. See, it does work. Bang! Right, Yeti is heavily damaged. His missiles slam into it. Next up, Bjorn. Half your movement to stand up if you wish. You are lying prone.
Up.
Yeah.
I shall just checking my second wind. Or is it action?
Action surge lets you take 2 attacks, basically.
Yeah,
We can do second wind and action surge in the same round.
As far as I'm aware, you can.
Well,
Just check the
second wind's a
description.
bonus action and action surge is free.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can. So you can second wind and then bonus action and then attack twice. Right, Dave getting his own back there, swinging his hammer, crashes into the Yeti. Attack again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to tick it off. Click the little button. There's a little tick box next to it to say you've used it.
Nice one.
And then you swing again.
Nice.
Hitting again, doing minor damage. However, the Yeti is badly hurt. Very angry as it's defending its small child. This time...
second wind to heal?
Yes, you can second wind as well. Nice. This time it uses Chilling Gaze on you, Aisha, because it's already used on the other two. Just Chilling Gaze. You fail to save. You take cold damage. And you are paralyzed. And then it starts swinging its claws. Oh, who to go for? It is going to go for Aisha because he knows it's paralyzed. Aisha goes down. Oh, has a scar. So both you and Bjorn have got impressive scars. That is its turn. Corrin, you have recovered. Hurrah.
Right. Just before I start killing this thing,
Yes.
what of mine is still active? Me Hunter's Prey seems to be, but I'm probably going to have to recast Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, because you've been paralyzed. Yes. Yeah, your Hunter's Prey is automatic.
Right.
I'm sure. Yeah, that just happens if it's injured. I will.
Right. Well, that's me bonus action. And since it is injured, I am now going to attempt, he says, to stick my short sword in it.
Quick question, Rich.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, blimey. Oh, okay. Yes, I rolled a 1. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Halfling man.
There you go. Pick the
There you go.
board.
So how do you kill this beast?
Well, hang on. Where am I? I'm sort of side onto it, aren't I?
You are.
I stick my short sword in its side and just slide it round to the front, open its guts up so its guts fall out all over its feet.
Even better. Yes. And all over prone Aisha. There you go, Andy. Your Colossus Slayer is now automatic because I remember saving it after doing it for Dave. So
thank you.
It'll automatically do it. You don't have to worry about that. But it does only affect the first attack that you hit with on a round. So you can't do it on every round. But it should do it automatically for you. Right, so yes, slipping in the guts, this thing dies. You have a halfling who's lying still and a small Yeti tyke cowering in the corner.
Well, if nobody minds, I'm going to go and kill that small Yeti.
Not a problem. Okay.
Can I bind Aisha?
You can try and stabilize, yes. Right, the Yeti tyke.
You don't mind if I do some movement, do you? I'll let him go first.
No. Sorry, you go first. He's going to try and run away along here.
I need to be there.
Right, so you run to cut him off.
Yep, I run to cut him off.
He only seems interested in running. The halfling sort of moves and opens one eye. Have a look.
I shout
sees what's going on. Next we have Sandman.
What skill is it to bind Aisha's wounds? Because I don't have any healing monarchies.
If you've got a healing kit, it's automatically stabilized, I think. Otherwise, it's a DC 10 medicine check.
If I fumble this, he doesn't die, though, right?
We'll see, yeah.
Anyone got any healing?
Do it.
He knows. Roll another character.
Can I assist him?
Can, yes.
I'll do that for my turn then.
Right, I'll roll healing because that's the most important thing. But in the box or on the
No, well, you'll know if you've killed him, won't you? Right, you succeed. Don't die on me, man. You say it as you stabilize him.
And Tesh, which is under my kill to stop the bleeding. We're here.
I'm not sure how to stabilize you, but I'll figure it out, basically. Right, so that's your action. Is that all? What are you doing the rest of the round?
There's nothing else I can really do apart from I can move across to make sure that Fish Finger's all right.
Okay. Yeah, Fish Finger seems fine. She's badly bruised. But she seems okay. And she bursts into tears as you come to rescue her. Aisha is stabilized.
Quick question, Rich. I have Mountain Born, which is resistant to cold damage. Did it take that into effect when it rolled that damage on us for cold?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
It should have the resist cold up. Actually, no, I don't think it did. I'm going to scroll up. That's quite sad if you're not actually dead, because the effect should be on you. Resist cold. The effect wasn't on you for some reason. It is now. They think it's all over. It is now. Right. So,
4 hit points.
Yeah. You're on 4 hit points, so you were not unconscious. Sorry, it should have done that automatically, so you can still act you on.
I will heal myself.
There you go, 38 hit points. I've put your resist cold on your character, so it should work. You can heal yourself. Lantesh.
Do I still get act even though I assisted Sanwin?
You can still move, and you can still do your bonus action.
Don't have bonus action?
You didn't have to assist him actually because he wasn't dead, was he? Because I didn't take the resist cold. So Salmon, you can cast if you want this turn at the
a firebolt bastard then.
Okay. Oh, but look at his little face. Zoom right in and look how cute he is.
Oh, he's dead cute, like dead cute.
So fire, howling and squealing like a kicked cat. Zap it, go on for it. That misses, yeah, because you are knackered in one eye. Hang on, Brissy, because you're still listed as paralyzed.
Okay.
There you go. You'll be able to do it now. Okay, you miss. And Lantesh, you can cast if you wish.
Yes, I'll cast Magic Missile at it at level 1.
I'll remove the Yeti so it doesn't affect you. Right, heavily damaging the 3 missiles slam into it next round. Ben, so angry.
Oh, the poor little baby.
He's going to adopt it now.
Yeah, because this party hasn't got enough crap, has it?
I won't take part in it. Besides, I'm good.
Okay, so you're just going to dodge them. Corin, who's absolutely prepared to take part in killing this little creature and skinning it and possibly eating it.
Yep. Now then, me Hunter's Praise up. What about me Hunter's Mark?
You'll have to recast Hunter's Mark. Can you cast it? Isn't that a spell?
It is a spell, yeah.
So if you had it on the one that died, then you can just move it without a cast, just as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, I can move it, can I? All right.
Yeah, if you've cast it on a target, as long as you don't have like a round missed. If that is target that you've currently got it on dies, then once that dies, no matter how many rounds it takes to kill it, you can then move it on to another target.
Right. Well,
but you've got to be like continuous combat. You know, we can't have like one round, otherwise it'll go down. Then you'd have to recast it.
So you can just drag the effect onto the Yeti tyke.
Right. Hang on a minute. That's Hunter's Mark, isn't it? Drag the effect onto the Yeti tyke. That should be him marked.
Yeah, should be.
Right. I shall need to move 1 to stop the little bastard getting away. And then let's have a go. Don't know how well this will play. Oh, it does. John, good. There we are.
Instant death, Andy. So how do you slay this beast? Oh, right. You've got to shift and drag the effect onto it. That's right.
Sorry. Well,
it's okay. It's still instantly killed as you stab it through something vital.
No. As the little hobbit grins evilly and his short sword flicks out like a viper's tongue and just opens its throat from ear to ear.
It gasps and grasps its throat, blood pouring down its silky white fur, and then falls dead on the ground. You have killed it.
Good.
Perilou Fishfinger stands up and sobbing. She says, "Thank you. That was using as a plaything. I tell you." She said, "Makingo's dead. He tore his head off."
Makingo was the Goliath, yeah?
Yeah.
Asterix is dead.
Oh God.
We found a frozen Like Garrett's alive, just.
Yeah, I sort of shout over to her, while cleaning me short sword on the fur of this small Yeti tyke. You're the only witness.
Can we have a sidebar a second? I'm going to have a walk over and just a quick word in his ear.
Right, she says, the least I can do is help heal you. Who's the most badly wounded?
Everyone puts their hands up.
Yeah, basically.
She
I think
can cast
Aisha
3 cure light wounds. Who gets them?
and Ben are the most badly wounded.
Yeah, well, I'm not that badly wounded, so I'm probably all right. I can cast something on myself.
Right, so she's going to heal Aisha.
I'm all right.
She's going to heal Ben. And who gets the third? Or should she save it?
Save it.
Somebody's done one.
I'm all right. I'll turn around.
You've got one eye hanging out, haven't you?
Yeah, but my eye's a bit broke, but I'll shove it back in. It'll be fine. I'll lean down to Corin and go, I know, this wasn't my greatest plan, but remember, we're the good guys. We don't have to threaten everyone with murder. We just need to be nice, and people will be nice to us. That's the way of the world.
If only you knew what I was dealing with.
What are you dealing with, man?
I haven't got time to be nice. I need money and magic fast.
What's up? Tell us what you need, and you've got it. You know we're there. I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but if you're in some sort of trouble, I'll help. If it means we've got to be more curious about it, we will be.
Hang on. How should we do this, Rich? Because I'd like to tell Sanwin what my secret is.
If you want to just whisper it to him, you can just jump down into another audio channel.
Audio test?
Right. Yep. No bother. If I can just join.
In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing while they're having a whispered?
Making sure Aisha's all right.
He's all right. He didn't go unconscious. It was because it didn't take into account his resist cold for some reason.
I'll press the digitation and warm.
Oh, bless.
Great.
Right. Well, so you do that. The 3 of you. What else do you do?
Search for any treasure.
Oh,
Yeah, check out the rest of this cave.
yeah. You search around the cave, and in the corner you find 2 sets of cold weather clothing, an explorer's pack, and a mess kit. Explorer's pack's a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, and a water skin. Also 50 feet of hemp and rope. So you find quite a lot of stuff. Obviously from people that the Yetis have eaten before. Nice. I don't know how much of it you want to take. Judging by this party, probably all of it.
Pat, toss Cobble on the shoulder and nod me head, and then I'll go back to what we were doing, as if nothing happened.
Very well. So, having killed the Yetis, what do you do now? They've searched and found an explorer's pack, some cold weather clothing, and what have you.
Is it worth skinning these? Because the components from them could be valuable. Even if it takes us some time, we can have a quick rest here. Because it's probably a good time for us to have a rest.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. Long or short rest.
You can certainly have a go with skinning it.
I'll turn round to Fishfinger and say, was there any other creatures in the cave but these 2?
Yes, the dad's coming, and it's a big one.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Right. Maybe time to leave. Do you think?
Yep.
How big's this kid?
How big's the kid? It's only small. It's like halfling sized.
Grab the kid. I've got a plan.
Why don't we get across the bridge and we'll collapse the bridge? We'll press the digitation. I'll heat it up, melt the thing, so it kind of get out of the cave, the big one.
Let's just hope it's in here somewhere and not outside.
Yeah. Did it leave through that?
Yeah, it goes out hunting every so often. It's been gone for a couple of hours. It's probably due back.
Yeah, we should leave with the kid.
Yeah, like now.
Yeah, so you grab the thing. What I'm going to ask for is some open athletics.
Well, not just throw the carcasses down into the ravine.
Absolutely,
below.
you can. Yeah.
The trouble is shifting her down to the ravine will take a bit of work, won't it?
Yeah, she's quite heavy.
With a pillar with put rope round and yanker. We've got rope and rope.
I'd be happy to just leave the evidence and run like hell.
Yeah, so I'm going to request an athletics roll, DC 15, an open roll. Hang on, I'm going to request it so everybody gets it. Because it'll tell you success or failure. I
want to take that one.
So,
that'll do.
Look at those lot. Wow. So, Lantesh is lagging behind, as is Sanwin. However, the rest of the party grab her you run, not walk, run to the perilous climb. But this time it's just a case of using the 50 foot of rope you found in the Explorer pack.
I'll be last over the bridge and retrieve the rope on the way.
Yeah, so you grab the rope, and because you succeeded, who climbs down the perilous climb last?
I'll come last.
Right, so the rest of the party's gone. Andy, you get down and you basically, your head and shoulders is above the level of the thing, and round the corner you see this enormous Yeti carrying the corpse of a mountain goat. It doesn't seem to have spotted you as you quickly duck down, and it starts to walk into the cave. Yeah, so Andy comes down at the bottom, sweating, and what do you say to the others, Andy?
The big Yeti's home. Time we left.
Just then you hear an enormous roar of anger and anguish as the father's discovered its murdered kin, and you run down the mountain. You don't stop to collect the mountain goats. You run down the mountain, chased by the roars of this anguished, angry Yeti.
My worry is, will the Yeti take it out on townsfolk? So really, shouldn't we finish it off?
Or the town's away.
It's probably going to use Jaws 2 rules, I think. Right. So as we finish tonight, you run down the mountain. You don't meet another avalanche and get to base camp, where you have 2 sleds and sled dogs. We will finish the pursuit as you madly try to load things, because it's getting on now. You madly try to load stuff onto the sleds to avoid a mad rampaging Yeti.
I wouldn't be so bad if I had some more spells, but this is going to be tight.
As a duck's arse, mate. That's watertight.